Chapter 1892. I am the sect master of the inscription gate. Qin Yun said coldly. Heaven-defying sect, today is your doomsday. When the people of An sect learned that Qin Yun was outside and was condensing strong energy, they were somewhat worried. Don't be afraid of that guy. It's just that the thing in his hand is more powerful. His cultivation is not high. As long as we are sure that no one is lying in ambush outside, we will go out and kill him. Heaven-defying sect's patriarch shouted. He was also trying to appease the people. Tian, the flying city, where the Ni sect was located, had a very strong defensive bounded domain. Elder Situ and his group of people had attacked it before, but they failed to break it. Institute, therefore, the headmaster of Tian Ni sect was very confident that he could resist Qin Yun's attack. Division Elder 2 and the others are looking at the huge flying city in the sky from far away. They all saw Qin Yun. Qin, the Nine Heavens Dragon Lion cannon in Yun's hand, was releasing a very intense light. Even in broad daylight it was still very dazzling. Division Elder 2 looked at the sky in astonishment. Qin Yun's cultivation is not very high, but now he suddenly appeared here. Why is Qin Yun here? Situ Xiao Ai said with frown. Father, we should quickly go and help him. When Elder Situ and the others were ready to take action, Princess Anya suddenly flew over. Palace Master! Elder Situ exclaimed. Everyone get ready. When Qin Yun breaks through the flying city, we will rush over to deal with the heaven-defying sect. Division 2 Xiaoai said anxiously. What about Qin Yun? Is he all right there by himself? Princess Yi said, he will be fine. We need to pay attention to the other guys who will come to support us. The desolate dragon race and the imperial clans were in other places. Some were dealing with the Alliance army, while others were dealing with the mutated dragon race or the Ninyang Palace. In short, there were all sorts of chaotic battles in the vicinity of the Heaven Lion graveyard. Situ Xiao Ai whispered, Palatial Master, did you come with Qin Yun? Princess Yi took out a long sword and nodded. Yes. He is now a 9th stage immortal emperor. Even if a sacred transformation stage expert were to make a move, he would be able to resist for a period of time. The people of Heaven City knew Qin Yun better. They found it hard to believe that Qin Yun was a 9th heaven immortal emperor. Tadont be Elder Situ, because when Qin Yun first came to Heaven Creation City, he was the one who received him. At that time, Qin Yun's cultivation was not high. Such as not long after, Qin Yun had become a 9th heaven immortal emperor. He's not even afraid of sacred transformation stage experts? An elder of the Heaven Creation God Palace said in shock. Great Elder Li of the Divine Inscription Palace wanted to snatch his son's soul and was injured by him. What do you think? Princess Yi looked at the sky and said, Qin Yun is preparing to attack. Let's see if he can break through the defense of that flying city. The great Elder Li of the Inscription Palace, a sacred transformation stage expert, was actually injured by Qin Yun. Elder Situ was dumbstruck and also a little afraid. He said in a low voice, Palace Master, about the matter of the Divine Universe Golden Rock. I took advantage of him a little. I hope you can help me say a few words or make up for his losses. Don't worry, he doesn't care about it, Princess Dark Knight said. Really? Elder Situ heaved a sigh of relief. Then he looked at Situ Xiao Ai and secretly rejoiced that his daughter had a good relationship with Qin Yun. Princess Anya knew that Elder Situ gave the 9 Desolate Divine Saber to Qin Yun. Qin Yun obtained the 9 Desolation Divine Saber. He made a killing. She also knew that the Divine Universe Golden Rock that Qin Yun gave to the Heaven Creation God Palace was a relatively small one, not that big one. Situ Xiao Ai is very worried that Qin Yun would take revenge on her father. After seeing the Palace Master guarantee this matter, she felt a lot more at ease. Qin Yun floated in the sky, activating the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation to accumulate energy for the 9 heavens dragon lion cannon. The surging storm blew away the thick black mist. Lion, the sky above the king's tomb city is very clear. Everyone in the Heaven Creation City is looking at Qin Yun, who is beside the heaven-defying sect Flying City. Qin Yun looks very small in front of the heaven-defying sect Flying City, but the energy fluctuation he is accumulating is extremely terrifying. And the people on the ground are all very apprehensive after sensing that kind of energy. It's about time. Qin Yun's 9 Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon has accumulated enough energy. Of course, this is not the limit of the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon, it is only the limit that Qin Yun can control. 9 The Star Cannonball inside the Heavenly Dragon Lion Cannon has already been prepared. The Star Cannonball itself is a very strong energy. Coupled with the berserk energy of the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon, the cannonball has even more penetrating power. Qin Yun gritted his teeth and looked at the gate of the heaven-defying sect Flying City in front of him. Flying City has already released a very strong protective cover. 9 The Heavenly Dragon Lion Cannon let out an angry roar, just like the dragon and lion roar when fighting for supremacy. Cannon the cannonball shot out like a beam of light towards the gate of the Flying City. Everyone held their breath and stared at the strong beam of light that shot out. In the blink of an eye, it hit the barrier outside the Flying City. See, when the beam of light penetrated the barrier, everyone let out a burst of cheers. Then, there was a huge boom sound. What is shocking is that the beam of light actually penetrated the gate of the Flying City and hit the relatively central area of the Flying City. Then, there is a burst of explosion. Heaven, the black Flying City of the Ni sect suddenly burst into flames. All kinds of screams came from inside. The Flying City of the heaven-defying sect was breached and seriously damaged. Qin Yun's attack is so amazing. The people of the Heaven Creation City originally did not believe that Qin Yun could destroy 2 altars and kill 2 evil sons, but now they have to believe it. The defense of the Flying City of the heaven-defying sect is very terrifying. Elder Situ and the others attacked it for a long time, but they could not break it. When Yun arrived, he only shot out a cannon. Not only did it break the protective cover, but it also broke the gate. The inside of the city was even more chaotic because of the violent energy. Qin Yun, we must catch him and eat him. The headmaster of the heaven-defying sect let out an extremely angry roar. A wave of evil power suddenly rushed out. The headmaster of the heaven-defying sect is a very strong evil ghost and heavenly monster. In the heaven-defying sect, there are a lot of evil ghosts and heavenly monsters. They are extremely angry and rushed out. Elder Situ and the others quickly flew into the sky to fight the heaven-defying sect. Qin Yun put away the 9 Heavenly Dragon Lion Cannon. He is also very surprised because the defense of the Flying City is much stronger than he imagined. He thought that his cannon would be able to smash the Flying City into pieces. He did not expect that it only penetrated the gate and exploded inside. When the cannonball passed through the barrier, most of its energy was consumed. So after entering the city, its power was greatly reduced, so it was unable to destroy the entire Flying City. However, the barrier is also temporarily ineffective because of the impact. Ling Yun'er said. Yun took out the floating cloud rod and used the light transformation sacred pupil. His body instantly turned into a white light and flashed to a higher altitude. At the same time, he also avoided the group of evil ghosts and heavenly monsters that rushed towards him. The barrier of the Flying City is temporarily ineffective. Qin Yun wants to take this opportunity to destroy the entire Flying City. Bastards of the heaven-defying sect, you are so cruel to Elder Shui and the others. I will make you pay a painful price. The end of the floating cloud rod in Qin Yun's hand suddenly became very long, like a huge pillar that can support the sky. At this time, everyone also saw the huge floating cloud rod in the sky, fiercely chopping down from the sky above the Flying City. Quickly stop him. The headmaster of the heaven-defying sect roared and rushed towards Qin Yun with a group of powerful elders. And Princess Anya, Elder Situ and other experts of Heaven Creation City immediately went to block the group of experts of the heaven-defying sect. Boom! The huge floating cloud rod fiercely fell in the middle of the black giant city. Tremor at the same time, the black flying city was smashed into two halves from the middle by the giant rod. The incomparably sturdy flying city of the heaven-defying sect was actually destroyed by Qin Yun in a few moves. The broken flying city, the internal formation was seriously damaged and could not maintain the flying city's flight. The two halves of the flying city quickly fell to the ground and were smashed into pieces. Heaven, the group of people of the heaven-defying sect, and the evil ghosts and heavenly monsters immediately wailed and let out angry and loud cries. Their powerful and sturdy fortress was destroyed just like that, and it was destroyed by one person. Heaven-defying sect, you once destroyed my inscription gate and used torture on my disciples. Today, I destroyed your heaven-defying sect. How do you feel? Qin Yun's cold and imposing voice made the headmaster of the heaven-defying sect even more angry. Qin Yun, I will chop you alive and eat you. The headmaster of the heaven-defying sect roared ferociously. He is fighting with Princess Anya. Dark Princess Anya is the palace master of the Heaven Creation God Palace. She is very strong. She can fight with the headmaster of the heaven-defying sect and several powerful elders with ease. Chop me into pieces? Qin Yun sneered. His body rushed over like a light and summoned the Nether Soul Sacred Blade. He quickly and ruthlessly slashed at the headmaster of the heaven-defying sect. That headmaster was fighting with Princess Anya. Feeling Qin Yun rushing over, he was alarmed and took out a black long rod to block Qin Yun's slash. Qin Yun's saber fell, a vast vibration, deep and angry roar shook the surrounding people to the point that they felt uncomfortable. Princess, leave this guy to me, Qin Yun said. Princess Anya was secretly alarmed. She did not expect that Qin Yun, who has become a 9th-stage immortal emperor, would have such amazing power. Heaven, the power of the 9-style annihilation can only be reflected at a higher realm. This is what Yang Shiryu said. Qin Yun's saber just now was the 9-style annihilation, heaven quake. After the long rod in the hands of the headmaster of the heaven-defying sect was slashed by the saber, it was full of cracks. Even his arm was split open. This caused the other evil spirits and heavenly monsters to be shocked. Their headmaster is a very strong evil spirit and heavenly monster, but he was actually suppressed by a human. Qin Yun's second saber slashed out violently. When the saber slashed out, the aura became even more violent. A saber shadow flashed out and the saber shadow turned into thousands of lightning. The thunderous saber shadow shrouded down. Although the powerful body of the heaven-defying sect's headmaster was protected by the evil shield, it was instantly destroyed and his body was full of saber scars. Chapter 1893. Qin Yun had been looking for a way to fight against the evil ghosts and monsters, but now he didn't need to look for it because he could absorb the power of the purple-red divine universe and have the same power as the evil ghosts and monsters. This was the most effective way to fight against the evil ghosts and monsters. During the battle, Qin Yun could feel that his strength was stronger than those evil spirits and heavenly monsters. The heaven-defying sect leader in front of him was a very strong evil ghost and monster. When he fought with Qin Yun, he found that the purple-red divine universe power in his body couldn't resist Qin Yun's attack at all. His powerful body seemed very fragile in front of Qin Yun's power. The reason why the evil ghosts and monsters ran amok in the Cloud Dragon Mountain range was mainly because they could absorb the purple-red divine universe power and cultivate a very powerful body. Surprised, right? Qin Yun smiled coldly and suddenly flashed behind the heaven-defying sect leader. When the big saber slashed down, a very strong spiritual wave rippled out. The special ability of the Nether Soul Sacred Blade was to release a very strong spiritual attack. The heaven-defying sect leader originally wanted to dodge, but after the spiritual attack, his eyes suddenly became blurred. Bastard! The heaven-defying sect leader roared, and could only use all the power in his body to block the saber. The saber wind whistled and the heaven and earth shook. Another move of the Heaven Annihilation 9 style, Heaven Tremble. The heaven-defying sect leader's shoulder was slanted and his arm was chopped off along with more than half of his shoulder. Black blood gushed out. The people who were fighting in other places were amazed when they saw the heaven-defying sect leader being suppressed by Qin Yun and having his arm cut off. The people of Heaven Creation City were very curious how Qin Yun suddenly became so strong. The people of Heaven-defying sect and the evil ghosts and monsters were shocked to see their boss injured. Some of the Heaven-defying sect disciples suddenly fled quietly. The flying city of Heaven-defying sect was smashed and the sect leader was being suppressed by others. The people of Heaven Creation City were very fierce, and even those powerful evil ghosts and monsters couldn't resist. If this continued, the heaven-defying sect wouldn't be able to get any advantage. Therefore, many disciples saw that the situation was not good and ran away. In their opinion, it was more important to save their lives. The heaven-defying sect leader was very clear that he was not Qin Yun's opponent. He was already injured and one of his arms was cut off. If this continued, he would be killed by Qin Yun sooner or later. Therefore, Tianni sect's patriarch also had to escape. It's your turn to taste the power of the life-sealing soul-devouring lock. Qin Yun released supergravity and enveloped a large area. The heaven-defying sect patriarch, who had just escaped, felt that his body suddenly floated uncontrollably. It was Qin Yun's gravity domain. In Qin Yun's gravity domain, the heaven-defying sect master's body suddenly became weightless, so his body floated uncontrollably. The injured heaven-defying sect patriarch kept moving his hands and feet and screamed loudly. He thought he could escape, but he found that he had greatly underestimated Qin Yun's strength. Qin Yun had several ways to make the heaven-defying sect patriarch stay. A few life-sealing soul-devouring chains suddenly flew out and entered the heaven-defying sect patriarch's body. Ah! Ah! That blood-curdling scream seemed to come from enduring incomparable pain. Just hearing it would make one's hair stand on end. Everyone looked at Qin Yun from time to time. At this moment, they also realized that Qin Yun had placed the life-sealing soul-devouring lock into heaven-defying sect's body. This life-sealing soul-devouring lock was originally used by heaven-defying sect to deal with others. Now, heaven-defying sect patriarch actually tasted this kind of pain. "Spare me!" "Ah!" Heaven-defying sect patriarch constantly screamed. "Spare you? How is this possible?" Qin Yun sneered, took out a tool and sealed the heaven-defying sect patriarch in that spatial magic tool. Heaven-defying sect had tortured Shui Yihui and Triple Radiance for so long, Qin Yun would not let him off so easily. Qin Yun held the Nether Soul Sacred Blade and rushed into the chaotic battlefield. He specifically looked for those powerful evil spirits and heavenly monsters to kill. Princess Anya was the same. She was also very good at dealing with evil spirits and heavenly monsters. Basically, she could kill a very strong evil spirit and heavenly monster in a few moves. In the sky, Qin Yun flew back and forth. His speed was very fast. Wherever he went, evil spirits and heavenly monsters would be blown up. Their body fragments would explode everywhere. Qin Yun's Nether Soul Sacred Blade was infused with the Heavenly Tao's ferocious power. Every saber strike was filled with the absolute Yang power, making people deeply feel the ruthlessness of the heavenly might. Just this kind of aura was enough to scare many people. Normally, the evil spirits and heavenly monsters that people feared, the evil spirits and heavenly monsters that were hard to kill, were cut into pieces in front of Qin Yun in just a few saber strikes. The evil spirits and heavenly monsters that were cut into pieces are still considered good. Some of the evil spirits and heavenly monsters were directly crushed by countless saber energy after being hit by the thunder-burst saber. Heaven-defying sect's disciples, whether they are humans or evil spirits and heavenly monsters, all of them are filled with incomparable fear towards Qin Yun. Heaven-defying sect bastards, don't even think of running. Qin Yun shouted coldly and let Long Tianji come out. After Long Tianji came out, she released a large number of small lightning dragons. She and Qin Yun cultivated together and also absorbed the purple-red divine universe's power to break through. The small lightning dragons she released are also very strong. Under Long Tianji's control, those small lightning dragons flew out like a large net. After locking onto the heaven-defying sect's disciples, they flew over and wrapped around them. Many of the heaven-defying sect's disciples were fleeing, but after being locked onto by the small lightning dragons, they couldn't run so fast. Heaven Creation City's people are all focused on killing the heaven-defying sect's humans. The evil spirits and heavenly monsters that are difficult to kill are handed over to Qin Yun, Princess Anya and Elder Situ. Suddenly, a 10-meter-tall armored man appeared. After this armored man appeared, many people panicked and thought that he is the helper of heaven-defying sect. However, as soon as the armored man appeared, he grabbed an evil spirit and heavenly monster and directly tore it into two halves. Heaven Creation City's people are all shocked to see this kind of power. The evil spirits and heavenly monsters' bodies are very tough, but in front of the armored man, they are as fragile as a piece of paper. The most terrifying thing is that when the armored man stretched out his hand, his palm seems to have a suction force that can suck in the evil spirits and heavenly monsters. The evil spirits and heavenly monsters that were caught were either crushed to pieces or torn into several pieces. Qin Yun is also very apprehensive when he saw the armored man's power. The armored man is transformed from the divine inscription mountain. It is the Titan totem created by Shiman Qinglian and Shiman Dezhuang. The divine inscription mountain has now transformed into the Titan totem. Its strength is unparalleled. What is inconceivable is that such a big guy can actually fly in the air nimbly, and his battle power is also frighteningly high. Qin Yun, is that thing the divine inscription mountain? Princess Anya said in surprise. Yes. Qin Yun said, I will leave this place to you. His nether soul sacred blade has absorbed many remnant souls, and the divine inscription mountain will also absorb them. Where are you going? Princess Anya asked after stabbing an evil spirit and heavenly monster into a beehive. Attack Xieyang. Qin Yun looked at the huge tomb city not far away and said, Before going to the heavenly lion tomb city, I want to get rid of the two Xieyangs. In the sky above the heavenly lion tomb city, there are two huge Xieyangs floating. The two Xieyangs are currently pouring energy into the heavenly lion tomb city to help break the seal of the 9 tomb palaces. Therefore, Qin Yun must quickly get rid of these two Xieyangs. Pa! Divine inscription mountain transformed into the Titan totem, as if he is swatting a mosquito. He clasped his hands together and smashed an evil spirit and heavenly monster into minced meat. This scene caused the scalp of the people of Heaven Creation City to go numb. They don't know the origin of this armored man, they only know that he is here to deal with the heaven-defying sect. The evil spirits and heavenly monsters that are very difficult to kill in the eyes of many people are like mosquitoes in the eyes of the Titan totem. If they are smacked, they will die without a doubt. Qin Yun, what is that thing? Is it yours? Elder Situ shouted from the distance. It won't attack us, right? That is the transformation of my divine inscription mountain. It won't attack you. I will leave this place to you. I will go deal with the Xieyang. See you later. Qin Yun finished speaking and flew towards a huge Xieyang in the distance. Elder Situ looked at the agile and huge armored man and sucked in a breath of cold air. He has now experienced the power of the inscription gate and knows that this Qin honest is not easy to bully. The divine inscription mountain is controlled by the mountain god. He is a member of the inscription gate. When he found out that Shui Yihui and Triple Radiance were abused by the heaven-defying sect, he was very angry in his heart. Therefore, as long as the heaven-defying sect's evil spirits and heavenly monsters are caught by the armored man, they will either be crushed, torn or smashed into minced meat. Princess and Yi followed Qin Yun and said, "This divine inscription mountain seems to be stronger than you, it's really scary." Qin Yun laughed. "That's what they did, I also didn't know that the divine inscription mountain would become so scary." When he flew towards a Xieyang, he suddenly sensed a familiar aura nearby. "It's the immortal desolate sacred master and the others." Qin Yun frowned. "They are also fighting?" "There is no fighting near the Xieyang." However, after Qin Yun went over, he sensed the very strong aura of the immortal desolate sacred master. Below, Princess and Yi shouted. The immortal desolate sacred master and the 4 heavenly kings are on the ground. In addition to them, there is also Heartless Immortal Venerable. After Qin Yun landed, he shouted, "Senior Heartless, what are you doing here?" Immortal desolate sacred master, Heartless Immortal Venerable and 4 heavenly kings are all standing on a platform below in a daze, unable to move. "Don't come down, it's a great formation," Immortal Desolate Sacred Master shouted. "It was created by those damned Xie race bastards, be careful. There is a very large octagonal battle stage below." When Qin Yun landed, he also discovered that it is a formation. It's the Dark Royal Race's 8 evil body securing formation. Princess and Yi said, "Leave it to me." After speaking, she dived down and rushed towards one of the corners. Princess and Yi understands the Dark Royal Race very well, and now that she has inherited the memories of the Heaven Creation Palace Master, she is an inscription saint master. Breaking formations is not difficult for her. Want to break the formation? No way. Someone suddenly shouted coldly. Chapter 1894. Dark Dragon King should be the commander of the Dark Royal Race's group of dragon warriors. His dragon head is rather special, it has 2 bull horns and they are blood red. Dark Dragon King, I didn't expect you to become Divine Universe Evil Dragon's lackey. You have half of 9 Sun Royal Race's bloodline in your body, yet you shamelessly become dogs. Princess Anya said with sneer. Divine Universe Evil Dragon was sealed by 9 Sun Royal Race back then, yet you became his dogs. Shut up. Dark Dragon King roared and hacked at Princess Anya with his saber. Qin Yun suddenly dodged and used the floating cloud rod to block the saber. Dark Dragon King's black dragon head saber landed on the floating cloud rod and was shaken by a very violent power, issuing a loud buzzing sound. Dark Dragon King tightly held the saber hilt. His body trembled and the saber almost flew out of his hand. Just now, Qin Yun secretly used vibration power and poured it into the floating cloud rod. Therefore, the vibration power is very fierce. You are Qin Yun? Dark Dragon King saw Qin Yun and cried out in alarm. How can you be so strong? Fine, both of you can die. Qin Yun said to Princess Anya. Princess, you go break the formation, leave this guy to me. He looks much weaker than Heaven-defying sect master. Arrogant, Heaven-defying sect master is indeed much stronger than me, but with your weak human body, you are not my match. Dark Dragon King doesn't seem to know that Heaven-defying sect master has been captured. He only knows that Heaven-defying sect's flying city has been destroyed and a very fierce battle has erupted there. Princess Anya has already gone to break the formation while Qin Yun and Dark Dragon King are fighting. Dark Dragon King's strength is indeed weaker than Heaven-defying sect master, so Princess Anya is not worried about Qin Yun. Qin Yun, you just came from Heaven-defying sect's battlefield, right? You must have been beaten very badly over there. Dark Dragon King laughed loudly and said, Heaven-defying sect master's strength, did he scare you? Qin Yun is fighting Dark Dragon King with the floating cloud rod. It seems like he is being suppressed by the Dark Royal race. He is trying to increase the distance so that Princess Anya won't be able to break the formation. Otherwise, if he fought at close range, the explosive power would affect Princess Anya breaking the formation. The heaven-defying sect master is very strong, but he has already been captured by me like a dead dog. Qin Yun sneered. A weak human like you only knows how to brag all day long. The Dark Dragon King laughed heartily and said, "If you were that powerful, you would have taken me down long ago." Qin Yun looked behind him. He was already far away from Princess Anya and the array. The floating cloud staff was suddenly filled with the ferocity of the heavenly Tao. The ferocious power of the heavenly Tao transformed into a little heavenly lion. Under Qin Yun's control, the heavenly lion's power can restrain these dragons. "I will take you down immediately, you idiot!" Qin Yun roared and smashed with his rod. After the floating cloud staff condensed the ferocious absolute yang energy, it suddenly erupted. It wasn't just the floating cloud staff that was about to explode with the absolute yang energy, there was also the 9 forms of sky annihilations, sky quake. At first, the Dark Dragon King only thought that Qin Yun's attack was weak. But the moment he used his saber to counterattack, he suddenly discovered that Qin Yun's rod was extremely terrifying. Boom! The power erupted. The saber in the Dark Dragon King's hand was directly broken and his shoulder was hit by the rod. Ah! The Dark Dragon King let out a roar filled with fear. The moment his shoulder was hit, his entire arm was forcibly torn apart by the extremely terrifying power. The Dark Dragon King's body is very strong, but his arm was separated from his body by the rod. This kind of terrifying power caused the Dark Dragon King to feel deep fear. "I already said that you are weaker than the heaven-defying sect master. That guy can resist for a while." After Qin Yun finished speaking, he released supergravity and pressed down on the escaping Dark Dragon King. The panic-stricken Dark Dragon King fell to the ground under the pressure. Qin Yun swooped down and smashed the Dark Dragon King's head with his rod, directly smashing it into pieces. The Dark Dragon King of the Dark Royal race is equivalent to the Clan King of an Imperial race. He was killed just like that. After Qin Yun collected the remnant soul power, he arrived at Princess Anya's side. Although he is fighting in the distance, Heartless Immortal Venerable and Immortal Desolate Sacred Master also saw what happened to Qin Yun. This kind of power caused them to be incomparably shocked. "Little brother, you are too awesome," one of the 4 great heavenly kings, Imperial Beast Heavenly King, Qin Yun's big brother Pig, said in shock. Qin Yun said with smile, "Big brother Pig, long time no see." "Indeed long time no see, but your legend has always been circulating in my ears." Imperial Beast Heavenly King said with smile, "That Dark Dragon King died so miserably, I can't see it up close, what a pity." Qin Yun looked at Immortal Desolate Sacred Master and said, "I am going to attack Xieyang, are you interested?" "Of course I am interested. After we get rid of this formation, we will go kill those 2 Xieyangs." Immortal Desolate Sacred Master said with chuckle. He only agreed to go together because he saw how strong Qin Yun is. Princess Anya very quickly broke the 8 evil body securing formation and flew towards the 2 Xieyangs. After they got close, they sensed that the 2 Xieyangs are constantly transferring energy to the Heavenly Lion Tomb City. Shen Cosmos Evil Dragon has already transformed into human form and is currently breaking the formation inside the city. Xieyang came from Divine Desolate, the energy inside is very strong, this kind of energy can indeed break the seal of the 9 tomb palaces. Inside the Heavenly Lion Tomb City, there are 9 sealed Nether Realm Heavenly Lions. They are the strongest subordinates of Shen Cosmos Evil Dragon. They are much stronger than Heaven-defying sect Master and the others. Dragon Race and Imperial Race are fighting the Alliance Army and 9 Sun Palace. Princess Anya said. They are over there. Qin Yun saw a flying island south of the Heavenly Lion Tomb City. It is the island where 9 Sun Palace was built. Xiao Yueme commanded the inscription Divine Mountain to do it once before. 4 heavenly kings, go and help. This will help them reduce some pressure. Immortal Desolate Sacred Master said. Heartless Immortal Venerable said. Those evil spirits and heavenly monsters are very difficult to deal with. I will also go. Qin Yun nodded. Be careful. Now, only Immortal Desolate Sacred Master, Qin Yun and Princess Anya, are flying towards Xieyang. If Qin Yun wants to attack Xieyang, he will need someone to protect him. Xieyang is the key to breaking the 9 tomb palaces. If Xieyang is attacked, he will surely be protected. We have to quickly get rid of those 2 Xieyangs. If the 9-headed heavenly lion comes out, the situation will be reversed. Princess Anya said. The guys protecting the 2 Xieyangs must be very strong. Immortal Desolate Sacred Master said. Don't worry, we can definitely deal with them. Immortal Desolate Sacred Master is very strong. After all, he is a sacred transformation expert. While going over, Qin Yun asked Ling Yun'er to control the Nether Sun and release a kind of energy to conceal his aura. Now that they are very close to Xieyang, Qin Yun looked at the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion cannon in his storage space. It has not cooled down yet, so he cannot use it now. Have you thought about how to get rid of Xieyang? Immortal Desolate Sacred Master asked anxiously. There are so many guys protecting the 2 Xieyangs, moreover they are all evil spirits and heavenly monsters. It seems like they are from Evil Dragon City. Princess Anya is also waiting for Qin Yun to take action. Qin Yun placed the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion cannon into the floating cloud staff space and controlled the 9 Dragon Rune Heavenly Sabers to operate inside the floating cloud staff. He wants to borrow the power of the 9 Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation, and this time, he wants to use the 9 Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation to activate the power of the Divine Universe. Xieyang is too strong, moreover, he is protected by many evil spirits and heavenly monsters. Qin Yun wants to make sure that he can kill 1 Xieyang at a time. If he can't succeed in one move, then it will be a waste to try again. Moreover, Princess Anya and Immortal Desolate Sacred Master will also have to protect Qin Yun. Get ready, Qin Yun said in low voice. When I make my move, you guys just need to protect me. Master Qin, are you really confident that you can defeat that Xieyang? Immortal Desolate Sacred Master looked at the huge black ball in front of them. They are currently floating in the sky. The huge black ball in front of them is a huge monster. In comparison, they are as small as grains of sand. Qin Yun said, Definitely, you just watch. The 9 Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation is operating very quickly, releasing the Divine Universe power. Qin Yun controlled the Divine Universe power inside and infused it into the floating cloud staff. Suddenly, a very strong fluctuation of Divine Universe power rushed out. Releasing the Divine Universe power will definitely cause this fluctuation. This kind of fluctuation could travel a very long distance. Begin. Qin Yun suddenly felt that when he controls this powerful Divine Universe power, it is very easy. He suspects that it is because he cultivated the purple-red Divine Universe power. The floating cloud staff in his hand suddenly became very big. What surprised him is that the floating cloud staff actually turned into the shape of a saber. It can be seen that this is the influence of the 9 Dragon Rune Heavenly Sabers. Xieyang is black. A huge golden saber suddenly appeared near Xieyang. It immediately attracted the attention of everyone in the Heavenly Lion Tomb City. Seeing the saber and feeling the fluctuation of the Divine Universe power, everyone is very shocked. Some people know that Qin Yun is there, but they are not sure that it was Qin Yun who did it. Roar. Suddenly, Divine Universe Evil Dragon's furious roar came from the Heavenly Lion Tomb City. Qin Yun is here, quickly stop him. The 9-dragon heavenly origin formation combined with the floating cloud staff transformed into a golden saber, suddenly released an even stronger divine universe power, and fiercely hacked down. Rumble! A heaven and earth shaking power rushed out in all directions. Xie Yang was cut in half. The cut Xie Yang released a powerful energy wave. It is as if the heaven and earth is being engulfed by a violent energy wave. Violent gale, violent thunder, they are all covering the heaven and earth, they are all roaring crazily. The moment Xie Yang exploded, it is as if the heaven and earth are being destroyed. Qin Yun, just you wait. Divine Universe Evil Dragon knows that it is Qin Yun who did it, he furiously roared. Qin Yun has destroyed another Xie Yang. Xie Yang is very strong, this is something everyone knows. However, they were beaten down by Qin Yun again and again. Qin Yun is like Xie Yang's nemesis. He always has a way to kill Xie Yang. Chapter 1895. Suddenly a large group of people flew out of the Lion King Tomb City. They are all 2 to 3 meters tall and have dark skin. These are evil ghosts and heavenly monsters. Qin Yun has seen similar evil ghosts and heavenly monsters before. The ones with Sidu Wushang are also like this, but they are much smaller. The hundreds of evil ghosts and heavenly monsters that flew out are very big and their weapons seem to be made out of bones. They are all bone spurs. Be careful of those bone spurs. Elder Sidu suddenly shouted. Those bone spurs are transformed from divine cosmos evil dragon's bones. If you are stabbed, you will turn into evil ghosts and heavenly monsters. These hundreds of evil ghosts and heavenly monsters have very dreadful bone spurs. They are all elite subordinates of divine cosmos evil dragon. The earth suddenly trembled, and a huge black city came crashing over. Evil Dragon City is coming. Evil Dragon City is a mobile city. There are many powerful evil ghosts and heavenly monsters inside. The battle over at 9 Sun Palace is very intense. Outer Heaven Domain Alliance Army is also fighting very desperately because they have common interests with Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon. Princess Anya said, Qin Yun, leave this place to us. Our Heaven Creation City has experience in dealing with evil dragon cities, evil ghosts, and heavenly monsters. Quickly stop Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon. Don't let him break open the 9 tomb palaces. Immortal Desolate Sacred Master said, quickly kill that Xie Yang. There is still Xie Yang who is constantly sending energy to Heavenly Lion Tomb City. Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon has not come out yet. He is clearly in a hurry to break open the 9 tomb palaces. Once the tomb palaces are broken open, he will have 9 extremely strong subordinates. Hundreds of evil ghosts and heavenly monsters flew out of Heavenly Lion Tomb City. Their complexion turned sinister, and they began roaring. Heaven-defying sect has already been destroyed. Now Heaven Creation City's people have gathered to deal with the evil ghost and heavenly monster army. War broke out again. This time it is even more intense. The sky and ground are filled with chaotic battles. Qin Yun hid within the chaotic battle and flew towards Xie Yang. As he flew over, he suddenly sensed someone approaching. Yueme. Qin Yun recognized Xiao Yueme's aura and lightly yelled. Xiao Yueme has arrived. It seems like she arrived very early. She was wearing a black battle outfit and holding a red saber in her hand. She suddenly appeared beside Qin Yun and flew towards Xie Yang together with him. Brother! Xiao Yueme shouted, are you going to kill that Xie Yang? And Qin Yun nodded and said, I want to stop Divine Universe Evil Dragon from breaking open the 9 tomb palaces. If the 9-headed Elysian lion comes out, it will be dangerous. Xiao Yueme whispered, Brother, if I told you not to destroy that Xie Yang, would you listen to me? Qin Yun frowned and said, Why? Tell me the reason. He was still flying towards Xie Yang, trying to get close to destroy it. If that 9-headed heavenly lion runs out, you can use the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppression Cauldron to take it away. It can make your Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron even stronger. Xiao Yuemei said. Yuemei, is this true? This isn't a joke. Qin Yun asked earnestly. If it is really as Xiao Yuemei said, this is an opportunity for the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. It's true, Xiao Yuemei said with certainty. Brother, do you know where I went with you, Qin? Where did you go? Qin Yun somewhat anxiously said. Quickly explain this matter, I want to make a decision as soon as possible. Xiao Yuemei said. Yu Qing brought me there. She said that she wanted to find a dragon called Cloud Dragon. We found that dragon told us about it. Cloud Dragon? What kind of dragon is that? Qin Yun asked in amazement. Cloud transformed, it doesn't have any battle power but it knows many things related to dragons. Yu Qing is a heavenly dragon god, so she can sense the existence of Cloud Dragon. Xiao Yuemei said. Qin Yun is looking at Xie Yang. He is hesitating whether or not he should destroy it. Yuemei, what if I can't take away that 9-headed heavenly lion? Qin Yun is very conflicted as he asked. It doesn't matter even if you can't take it away. That 9-headed heavenly lion is the same as Divine Universe Evil Dragon, its heart is sealed. Therefore, it is not as strong as legend says. Let Divine Universe Evil Dragon break open the tomb palaces, then you take away the 9-headed heavenly lion and then kill that Xie Yang. Qin Yun knows that Divine Universe Evil Dragon's heart is sealed in a different place. Therefore, Divine Universe Evil Dragon also wants to go to the immortal graveyard. The 9-headed heavenly lion was very strong in the past. Although its body is sealed, its heart is still sealed. All right, I will listen to you. Qin Yun finally made his decision and asked, Where is Yu Qing? She is with Dragon Race. Xiao Yuemei said with charming smile. Brother, I want to return to Inscription Divine Mountain. I did not expect that during the time when my big sister was not here, Inscription Divine Mountain would become so strong. Go back and instruct Old Mountain to help Heaven Creation City deal with those evil ghosts and heavenly monsters. Those evil ghosts and heavenly monsters are very difficult to deal with, Qin Yun said. Xiao Yuemei said with mischievous smile. Old brother, me and Yu Qing killed many evil ghosts and heavenly monsters on the way to find Cloud Dragon. Qin Yun suddenly discovered that Xiao Yuemei's cultivation is not low. Her cultivation is also very fast. How did you do it? Qin Yun asked. At this time, 3 evil ghosts and heavenly monsters rushed over. They are more than 3 meters tall. A small mirror suddenly appeared in Xiao Yuemei's hand. She held the handle of the mirror and pointed it at the 3 evil ghosts and heavenly monsters, then shot out 3 white light beams. After being illuminated by the light beams, the evil ghosts and heavenly monsters suddenly stopped in the air and began trembling unceasingly. It seems like they are very afraid of the light beams released by Xiao Yuemei's mirror. Qin Yun is startled, then rushed over with the floating cloud rod in his hand and smashed the 3 evil ghosts and heavenly monsters into pieces. While attacking, he discovered that the energy inside the evil ghosts and heavenly monsters has been suppressed. Qin Yun is endlessly pleasantly surprised. He returned to Xiao Yuemei's side, pinched her charming and soft face and said with smile, Awesome my Yuemei! How did you do it? My mirror recorded a special martial spirit. When I encountered evil ghosts and heavenly monsters, my mirror reacted and told me that I can use that martial spirit's power to deal with evil ghosts and heavenly monsters. Xiao Yuemei said with smile. I will immediately return to the Inscription Divine Mountain and use that martial spirit to increase the power of the Inscription Divine Mountain. Xiao Yuemei's mirror is very heaven-defying. It can record many kinds of spirit bodies, martial spirits, inscription spirit, heavenly rune martial spirit, divine ability martial spirit. They can be quickly used when needed. Xiao Yuemei ran away and disappeared without a trace. Qin Yun now realized that his worry about Xiao Yuemei was unnecessary. If the evil ghosts and heavenly monsters run into Xiao Yuemei and Long Yu Qing, they will surely be abused to the point that they will doubt their life. The inscription Divine Mountain has transformed into an armored man, Hercules. He is flying around in the sky, specialized in dealing with those huge, evil ghosts and heavenly monsters. Some evil ghosts and heavenly monsters can transform into huge beasts and fly in the sky. Their power is also very formidable. Hercules' power is very great. He can use his formidable power to increase his speed. After Xiao Yueme returned to the inscription Divine Mountain, Hercules fiercely jumped into the sky and rushed towards a huge eagle. This huge eagle flew out from the evil dragon city. Hercules directly rushed over and created a hole in the eagle's body. Then he entered the eagle's body and randomly attacked it, tearing it to pieces from the inside. In this chaotic battlefield, Hercules is the most eye-catching one. Because those huge evil ghosts and heavenly monsters that cause people to tremble with fear can't even withstand a single blow from Hercules, they are torn to pieces in 2 or 3 moves. Hercules is more than 10 meters tall, while Shinyu Evil Dragon's elite subordinates are only 3 meters tall. Therefore, if they are caught by Hercules, they will be torn to pieces. After Xiao Yueme joined in, Hercules' eyes shot out 2 white light beams. It is released by Xiao Yueme's small mirror martial spirit. After being illuminated by the white light beams, all the evil ghosts and heavenly monsters tremble from head to toe and their battle power sharply drop. At this time, Hercules rushed over, as if he is swatting mosquitoes. He vigorously clapped his palms together and turned those 3-meter-tall elite subordinates into mincemeat. Forget about the evil dragon cities, evil ghosts, and heavenly monsters. Even Heaven Creation City's people are scared witless by Hercules. Shinyu Evil Dragon's elite subordinates are all very strong, their bodies are very tough, but now they are like mosquitoes, turned into mincemeat by Hercules' slap. Within the Divine Rune Mountain, Shiman Dazhuang, Little Black Donkey and others are roasting dragon meat while looking outside through the space inside the mountain. Every time they kill an evil ghost or heavenly monster, they loudly shout, "How about we attack the evil dragon city?" Xiao Yueme said with smile. All right, let's charge in and do it." Little Black Donkey excitedly yelled. "Big sister, my black tortoise great formation has not been activated yet, there is no place to use it. Once we enter the evil dragon city, I will be able to activate the black tortoise great formation." Xiao Hua said with smile. "Let's call boss. More than half of the evil dragon city's people have run out, let's go destroy the evil dragon city." All right. Xiao Yueme shot out 2 light beams through Hercules' eyes towards Qin Yun and sent him spiritual sound transmission. "Brother, we are preparing to attack the evil dragon city. Are you coming?" Xiao Yueme asked. "All right, let's attack together." Qin Yun immediately rushed towards the huge black city. Back then, it was because of the sudden appearance of this city that Qin Long was killed. Qin Yun has long since wanted to destroy this evil dragon city. Ling Yuner said, "Xiao Yun, evil dragon city has existed for so long, moreover it can produce so many powerful evil ghosts and heavenly monsters, there must be an energy source inside. Could it be that purple-red divine cosmos power?" Qin Yun suddenly became excited and said, "This city has been leaking out a lot of purple-red divine cosmos power for many years, maybe there is an energy source inside. Let's go in and take a look." Ling Yuner said. Evil Dragon City's gate is tightly shut, it is protected by a very powerful barrier. Wanting to rush in from the sky is not easy. Divine Rune Mountain transformed into Hercules very bravely and ferociously rushed towards the gate. As Hercules rushed over, his body erupted with very formidable power. Hercules' totem also appeared on his body. Chapter 1896. Qin Yun thought that he would have to expend a lot of effort to open the door. He never expected that Hercules would charge straight in. The gate was sent flying into the city and landed on the bodies of a large group of evil spirits and heavenly monsters. The group of evil spirits and heavenly monsters were all very strong. They immediately blasted the door into the sky. Suddenly, a large group of wraiths and heavenly monsters roared and charged at the Hercules. Hundreds and thousands of humanoid evil spirits and heavenly monsters, each 2 to 3 meters tall, pounced on the gigantic Hercules and launched a ferocious attack. The Hercules looked like he was being bitten by many mad dogs. He kept swinging his arms and legs, flinging away the evil spirits and heavenly monsters that were pouncing on him. Qin Yun was suddenly very worried. He was afraid that the divine inscription mountain would not be able to withstand it. However, when he saw the black tortoise array being activated, he felt much more at ease. The Hercules god's body seemed to be enveloped by an illusory image of a black tortoise. The evil spirits and heavenly monsters that flew over were sent flying by a very powerful force when they collided with the illusory image. The black tortoise great formation has been activated. Hercules has a strong enough defense. Ling Yun'er said with smile. Xiao Yun, quickly enter the city and find the energy source of the evil dragon city. The evil dragon city had only been sealed for many years, but the evil ghosts and heavenly monsters within the city were able to survive. Furthermore, the entire city had a very strong barrier, which meant that there must be a very powerful energy source within the city. Xiao Yueme is inside Great Strength God's body. She can use that special white light to make evil ghosts and heavenly monsters feel fear. Even if Great Strength God faces a large number of evil ghosts and heavenly monsters, it can still deal with them. Furthermore, there are many offensive formations and tools inside the divine inscription mountain. If Hercules can't withstand it, he can turn back into the divine inscription mountain and activate those killing formations. He can also exterminate many evil spirits and heavenly monsters. After the evil dragon city was breached, a large number of wraiths and monsters saw the tall Hercules enter and focused their attention on him. Qin Yun bid farewell to Xiao Yueme and then entered the depths of the evil dragon city. The divine universe evil dragon was not in evil dragon city. This was a good opportunity. I wonder if the divine cosmos evil dragon will be able to break through those 9 tomb palaces? Qin Yun is still somewhat worried. Although he wasn't afraid of the divine cosmic evil dragon now, he didn't want to face the divine cosmic evil dragon for now because he wanted to smoothly raid the divine cosmic evil dragon's lair. It was dark inside the evil dragon city. A thin layer of black fog covered the sky, blocking the strong sunlight. Due to Vigor's entrance, there were all sorts of violent auras. Qin Yun, who was invisible, was relatively safe. Although the city was dark, Qin Yun could sense the presence of the evil spirits and heavenly monsters after entering. This was mainly because he had learned that secret technique from Shimen Dazhuang, which allowed him to sense evil spirits and heavenly monsters. Most of the wraiths and monsters in the city were rushing towards the Hercules. However, Qin Yun sensed that several powerful evil spirits and heavenly monsters' auras did not move. Could that be the place where the energy source is hidden? Qin Yun was alarmed as he carefully flew towards the motionless auras. Not long after, he arrived at the foot of a hill. The cave on the hill wasn't very big, only about 2 meters tall. It didn't look like it was suitable for those huge evil spirits and heavenly monsters to enter. There are several auras at the foot of the hill. Qin Yun closed his eyes and sensed carefully. He confirmed that there are 3 very strong evil spirits and heavenly monsters at the foot of the hill. Many evil spirits and heavenly monsters are rushing towards the city gate. Only the 3 evil spirits and heavenly monsters at the foot of the hill are not moving. It can be seen that they are guarding something. Xiao Yun, you must be careful. Ling Yun'er suddenly said. Those 3 evil spirits and heavenly monsters are not simple. If they are truly guarding this city's energy source, then they must be very strong. They can stay beside the energy source all day long and also absorb energy to cultivate. It is impossible for them not to be strong. How strong are they? Qin Yun firmly held the floating cloud staff after entering the cave. Even if they are not as strong as divine cosmic evil dragon, they should be more or less the same. Since divine cosmic evil dragon can leave the evil dragon city without worry, he must be very confident in the 3 evil spirits and heavenly monsters guarding this place. Ling Yun'er said. Qin Yun nodded, then proceeded forward even more cautiously. He also doesn't want to alarm those 3 evil spirits and heavenly monsters. At the end of the cave there is an underground cave. If he wants to explore further, he can only enter that underground cave. Qin Yun controlled his body to float in the air and slowly drop down from the underground cave. The cave looks very deep, it is unknown what is down there. The more Qin Yun goes down, the more he can sense those 3 very strong aura fluctuations. Ever since he became a 9th stage immortal emperor, he has never been afraid of those evil spirits and heavenly monsters. But now that he is approaching those 3 evil spirits and heavenly monsters, he feels a bit scared in his heart. Those 3 evil spirits and heavenly monsters are very strong. After approaching, Qin Yun realized that Ling Yun'er had underestimated the strength of the 3 evil spirits and heavenly monsters. Ling Yun'er said that those 3 evil spirits and heavenly monsters are about the same strength as evil domain evil dragon. But now it seems that if the 3 of them join hands, they will be even more dreadful than divine cosmic evil dragon. Yun'er, do you want to continue? Qin Yun asked Ling Yun'er in his heart. He is now floating in the cave and not continuing to descend. It is also because he knows that the evil spirits and heavenly monsters below are very strong. He doesn't want to continue because he knows nothing about the situation below. If there is a barrier below, it will be very dangerous if you directly go down. Ling Yun'er thought for a moment and said, Xiao Yun, it would be better to release a strand of soul and go down to investigate. Alright. Qin Yun used one thought Imperial Heaven Art and released a strand of soul into the depths of the cave. He closed his eyes and can see the situation below through that strand of soul. This kind of technique can only be used at close range. If the soul is too far away from him, it will be very difficult to control and he won't be able to receive clear information. Not long after, that strand of soul entered below and made a great discovery. Below the cave is a very spacious underground plaza. In the middle of the plaza, there is a half-meter-tall purple-red light ball. And beside the purple-red light ball, there are 3 bald old men covered in evil aura sitting on the ground. Those 3 bald old men are wearing black clothes, their eyes are closed and they are absorbing the purple-red light ball's energy. Qin Yun is very certain that the purple-red light ball is the purple-red divine cosmos power. Is that the energy source of this city? Qin Yun is pleasantly surprised. Just now, his strand of soul probed and found that there is no barrier below. Xiao Yun, those 3 bald old men don't seem to have noticed your approach. Ling Yun'er said. Could it be related to my cultivation of the purple-red divine cosmos power? Qin Yun laughed in his heart and said, If I disguise myself as an evil ghost or heavenly monster, I might really be able to get away. Suddenly, that strand of soul saw an astonishing scene. The ground of the underground plaza suddenly emitted a large amount of purple-red light. The purple-red light turned into purple-red mist and was absorbed by the purple-red light ball. When Qin Yun saw this scene, he immediately realized what is going on. After the evil ghosts and heavenly monsters in the city died, the purple-red divine cosmos power within their bodies would suddenly dissipate. And on the ground of the underground plaza, there must be a very special formation that can absorb the purple-red divine cosmos power. Qin Yun observed for a while and discovered that the purple-red light ball did not grow bigger after absorbing a large amount of purple-red divine cosmos power. There is no change at all. I've retrieved a large amount of purple-red divine space power, but there isn't any change. This purple-red divine space power is simply not much for that ball of energy. Ling Yun'er said, Xiao Yun, you must get that thing. Even if Ling Yun did not say anything, Qin Yun would still get his hands on it. After he cultivated the purple-red divine cosmos power, he discovered that this kind of divine cosmos power is even more suitable for him to cultivate. Although he directly absorbed the divine cosmos golden stone's energy before, it greatly improved his body, but compared to the purple-red divine cosmos power, it is far inferior. Qin Yun slowly landed on the plaza's ground, then lightly floated towards the three bald old men. When Qin Yun is about 20 meters away from the three bald old men, he suddenly stopped. That was because the three bald old men had suddenly opened their eyes. That trash Shin Cosmos evil dragon can't even guard the gate. We overestimated him back then. One bald old man said in cold voice. Qin Yun is extremely apprehensive. These three old men have discovered him. Moreover, they dare to say that Shin Cosmos evil dragon is trash. His heart is secretly thumping. He did not expect that these three bald old men would have such high position. The three old men look exactly the same, their appearance is very ordinary, their sharp eyes are filled with coldness. They know that Qin Yun is here, but they did not immediately attack. You can sneak in, you are quite capable. One bald old man looked at Qin Yun's position. Qin Yun is currently concealing himself, moreover he is doing his best to conceal his aura, but he was still discovered. You also absorbed a lot of divine cosmos purple energy. It made us think that you are an evil ghost or heavenly monster. One bald old man's eyes suddenly turned cold as he looked at Qin Yun. Qin Yun's heart immediately jumped. He can now sense that these three bald old men are very strong. Who are you people? Qin Yun coldly asked. We are guardians. Guardians of divine cosmos purple crystal. One old man suddenly stood up, looked at Qin Yun and coldly said, You absorbed the divine cosmos purple energy, but did not protect the divine cosmos purple crystal, you will die. Qin Yun suspects that the divine cosmos purple crystal is the source of the large number of evil ghosts and heavenly monsters. It might be the mother of the purple-red divine cosmos power. The reason why he can't confirm that it is the mother is because the divine cosmos evil dragon's heart might also have some divine cosmos purple crystal. Guardian. Qin Yun tightly grasped the floating cloud staff and coldly snorted. I don't care who you are. Divine cosmos evil dragon killed my father. Today I will destroy everything here and take revenge for him. You don't know what's good for you. A bald old man suddenly charged at Qin Yun. As he was charging over, he suddenly disappeared and then appeared behind Qin Yun. He punched Qin Yun's back. In that instant, Qin Yun used the heavenly firmament Tao art to toughen his body. Chapter 1897. Qin Yun now knows how powerful the heavenly strong Tao technique is. After being punched, he only flew forward. He did not feel any pain at all. You have some skill. The bald old man is very surprised. He thought that he could punch through Qin Yun's body. Qin Yun's body is originally very strong. As a 9th-level immortal emperor, coupled with the nether sun inside his body, after using the heavenly strong Tao technique, his defense is naturally very strong. Third brother, can you do it? If you can't do it, just say it, don't try to be brave. The bald old man sitting beside the divine universe amethyst said with sneer. You guys sit there and don't move, I will definitely take care of him. The third brother is very unhappy. He once again rushed at Qin Yun. After Qin Yun blocked the punch, he has a certain understanding of the bald old man's strength. Seeing the bald old man rushing at him again, he promptly dodged. He took exquisite steps. His body is like a phantom, flashing back and forth in the plaza. The bald old man's attack speed is also very fast. He can actually keep up with Qin Yun's pace. Every time Qin Yun dodged to another position, the bald old man would immediately attack again. Qin Yun can only dodge even faster. Just like this, Qin Yun and the old man flew back and forth in the underground plaza, constantly dodging, and the old man also attacked one after another. At first, the old man could not even touch Qin Yun's clothes, but later on, he gradually became familiar with Qin Yun's pace and could touch Qin Yun's clothes. If this continues, he will catch up to Qin Yun sooner or later. Xiao Yun, find an opportunity and kill this old man. The other two old men have not attacked yet, they just don't know how strong you are. If the three of them join hands, you have no chance of winning. Ling Yuner said, kill the one who is fighting you one-on-one, the remaining two will be easy to deal with. The reason why Ling Yuner said it is easy to deal with is because the divine inscription mountain transformed into great strength God is outside. If they really can't beat them, they can ask great strength God to help. Qin Yun can feel that every time the old man attacked, he would be able to touch his clothes. If this continues, he will be hit. Yun begin. Qin Yun shouted in his heart. After the old man attacked, Ling Yun suddenly released supergravity. The supergravity was extremely fierce. It suddenly pressed down and landed on the bald old man's body, causing him to kneel on the ground with a loud bang. The old man's knees landed on the plaza's tiles, directly smashing those thick and sturdy tiles, his knees also sinking into the tiles. The floating cloud staff in Qin Yun's hand also ferociously fell down. Little Divine Hammer, Little Heavenly Lion and Little Divine Dragon released their energy at the same time, releasing 3 different Nether Sun totems. Boom! The floating cloud staff landed on the old man's bald head. A fierce and arrogant power accompanied by an intense flame burst out, enveloping the old man's body and directly turning him into ashes. The underground plaza also shook violently. Qin Yun used Heaven Extermination 9 styles Heaven Shaking. The vibration power spread all around, causing the entire evil dragon city to shake. The bald old man was dead. The 2 bald elders sitting beside the purplish-red blob of light immediately widened their eyes at Qin Yun. Their pupils constricted slightly. When Qin Yun saw the 2 elders coming over, he immediately released the 9 dragon rune Heavenly Sabers. The dragon marking Heavenly Blade flew over and surrounded the purplish-red ball of light. The 9 dragon Heavenly Origin formation suddenly opened. This 9 dragon Heavenly Origin formation not only has stars as its energy source, it also has Divine Universe Golden Stone. Now the Divine Universe Golden Stone's power has been released through the 9 dragon Heavenly Origin formation and created a very formidable ceiling formation that enveloped the 2 old men inside. This is 9 dragon Heavenly Origin formation. Who are you? The bald old man can no longer remain calm. He cried out in fear and unceasingly attacked the barrier. They were very disdainful towards Qin Yun before because even Divine Universe Evil Dragon is nothing in their eyes. But now they are filled with endless fear. Qin Yun can see that they are very afraid of the 9 dragon Heavenly Origin formation. I am Qin Yun. Qin Yun sneered, then walked over to control the 9 dragon Heavenly Origin formation and released Berserk power. The 9 dragon Heavenly Origin formation can seal, release defensive barrier. It also has killing formation ability. It is a very versatile super great formation. After sealing the 2 old men, the 9 dragon Heavenly Origin formation turned into a killing formation. Following Qin Yun's control, the dragon head on the saber hilt unceasingly rushed out Divine Universe power, transformed into angry lightning dragons, and attacked the 2 old men. It seems like you guys are not that awesome, Qin Yun said with laugh. You are dead. We are protectors. If you kill us, you will die miserably. That old man furiously said. What exactly are protectors? Qin Yun said with frown. We are not only protectors of Divine Universe Amethyst, we are also protectors of Heavenly Tao. Everything we do is to maintain the balance of Heavenly Tao. That bald old man furiously roared. The other bald old man loudly shouted. Living beings under Heavenly Tao are too strong, they are damaging Heavenly Tao's might, they are defying Heavenly Tao, We have to create even stronger things to resist them. And you killed us protectors, you will suffer heavenly punishment. I am not afraid, you can all go to hell. Qin Yun recalled how his father was killed. He coldly shouted and controlled the nine-dragon heavenly origin formation to release even stronger power. The energy released by the nine-dragon heavenly origin formation is becoming stronger and stronger. The two old men are covered with cuts and bruises, they are lying on the ground and twitching. The heavenly Tao you are protecting did not save you, Qin Yun said with sneer. You will suffer retribution. Just you wait, you will die miserably under heavenly punishment. That bald old man sinisterly yelled. I am asking you, how can we kill Divine Universe Evil Dragon? Qin Yun looked at the purple-red light ball and said, Is there only one Divine Universe Amethyst? If you want to kill Divine Universe Evil Dragon, you must destroy his heart. But his heart is indestructible, you cannot kill him. Divine Universe Evil Dragon is a heavenly punishment divine beast we created, specially used to deal with enemies of heavenly Tao like you. He is unkillable. Qin Yun is startled. This is the first time he heard about heavenly punishment divine beast, and he is not unfamiliar with enemies of heavenly Tao. Tian Dao Zi often said that he is the enemy of heavenly Tao. And Princess Anya is also one of them. Qin Yun suddenly suspects that there is a very strong and mysterious faction that is using the banner of heavenly Tao to create chaos everywhere, creating panic, causing people to fear heavenly Tao. Divine Universe Evil Dragon is unkillable? Don't worry, I will get rid of him, Qin Yun said with sneer. Whether Divine Universe Evil Dragon is dead or not is uncertain, but you are all dead. Qin Yun controlled the nine-dragon heavenly origin formation to erupt and thoroughly exterminate those two old men. After those three bald old men were killed, their purple-red divine universe power returned to the purple-red light ball. There is a divine universe amethyst inside the purple-red light ball. It is now surrounded by the nine-dragon heavenly origin formation. I should be able to seal it. Qin Yun controlled the nine-dragon heavenly origin formation and released its power to seal the purple-red light ball. Not long after, the light ball gradually disappeared, and a thumb-sized purple crystal appeared. This is Divine Universe Amethyst? Qin Yun exclaimed in admiration in his heart. After Divine Universe Goldstone evolved, it turned into Divine Universe Amethyst? Such a small crystal can create so many powerful evil spirits and heavenly monsters? Qin Yun entered the formation, took out a chest and placed the Divine Universe Amethyst inside. The chest has half a chest of Divine Universe Goldstone and 9 desolate Divine Saber. Originally there was a very mysterious bloodline heavenly pattern box, but that box has fused with the 9 desolate Divine Saber and is restoring it. The 9 desolate Divine Saber is also absorbing the Divine Universe power to restore itself. The things inside this chest are all very precious. Qin Yun stored away the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation and the chest and quickly left the underground plaza. After he came to the surface, he discovered that the city has already turned into ruins. The most dreadful thing is that the sky is shrouded by a very strong evil dragon power. When Qin Yun came out of the city, he saw a large number of evil spirits and heavenly monsters whose bodies have been destroyed. Divine Universe Evil Dragon must know that his lair has been destroyed. It seems like he is very angry now. Ling Yuner said. Qin Yun groaned. This guy caused my father's death, I will definitely kill him. The sky is shrouded by Divine Universe Evil Dragon's furious evil dragon power. Previously, Divine Universe Evil Dragon has been fighting a large number of evil spirits and heavenly monsters at the city gate. Those evil spirits and heavenly monsters cannot defeat Divine Universe Evil Dragon, they have been killed in a short while. Divine Universe Evil Dragon is also smashing things inside the city. On the way out of the city, Qin Yun saw many large hand and footprints. They are all filled with black flesh and blood. Many evil spirits and heavenly monsters have been trampled to death or slapped to death by Divine Universe Evil Dragon. Even Qin Yun feels that Divine Universe Evil Dragon's power is very dreadful. If he faces off against Divine Universe Evil Dragon, he might be able to put up a fight. Old Shan, we are leaving the city, Qin Yun yelled. The Evil Dragon City's barrier has been completely destroyed. Qin Yun flew to the sky and punched down, sending down a frantic earthquake divine ability power. Boom boom boom. After several trembling sounds, the entire Evil Dragon City has collapsed. Those remnant souls have already been absorbed by the great formation inside the divine Rune Mountain to be used as sacrifice to the Star God. Evil Dragon City has been destroyed. Alliance Army, Variant Dragon Race, Dark Royal Race, these evil forces are all secretly terrified. They all know that it was done by Qin Yun. Immortal Desolate Sacred Master, Elder Situ and the others all thought that Qin Yun wanted to kill Xieyang. They did not expect that he would destroy the Evil Dragon City. Although they are very puzzled as to why Qin Yun did not destroy Xieyang, they did not ask. Because the destruction of the Evil Dragon City means the death of a large number of evil spirits and heavenly monsters. Qin Yun is now flying towards the Nine Yang Palace's flying island. Immortal Desolate Dragon Race and the others are fighting against Nine Yang Palace's people. Majority of Nine Yang Palace's people came from the Sun Altars, as well as the group of people who were driven out by Nine Yang Divine Palace. Since they joined the Evil Dragon City, they are also the enemies of Immortal Desolate Dragon Race and Imperial Race. While Qin Yun is rushing over, he is also paying attention to Heavenly Lion Tomb City's situation. As long as the 9 tomb palaces are opened, he will immediately go over and take away the 9-headed Heavenly Lion. Those sun altars are not here. What a pity! Qin Yun has already arrived above the flying island. He is looking down at Nine Yang Palace. Chapter 1898. This is the second time the Divine Inscription Mountain has attacked the flying island. Last time, it was the same for the Divine Inscription Mountain. It pierced a hole in the flying island. Now, the Divine Inscription Mountain that has transformed into Hercules blasted through the flying island and arrived at the Nine Yang Palace, intimidating a large group of people from the Nine Yang Palace. What is this? Hurry up and destroy this thing. When an old man from the Nine Yang Palace saw the Hercules, he shouted angrily and leaped over with a long saber in his hand. The old man from the Nine Yang Palace was very powerful. He was an elder-level figure. The long saber in his hand slashed towards Hercules' head. The saber chi that shot out was as sharp as a thorn, and the chi waves surged. Hercules waved his palm and caught the Nine Yang Palace elder, who had jumped over. After the old man was grabbed by the Titan God's palm, he couldn't move at all. Waves of violent immortal emperor energy surged out of his body, trying to break free. Ah! The old man from the Nine Yang Palace suddenly screamed. His flesh and bones were crushed by the God of Strength's palm. He was in excruciating pain. When the other people from the Nine Yang Palace saw this scene, they felt a chill run down their spines. Bang! God Hercules threw the old man on the ground and stomped down with great force, causing the entire flying island to tremble. Hercules' strength was simply terrifying to the extreme. When Qin Yun saw this from afar, he exclaimed once again. When the people from the Imperial Clan and Immortal Desolate Dragon Race, who were attacking the Nine Yang Palace, saw that the Hercules who had suddenly appeared had such a powerful fighting strength, they were delighted and at the same time secretly shocked. They all knew that it was something Qin Yun had brought over. Nine Yang Palace, you sealed me in the Heavenly Tao altar back then. You didn't expect me to escape, right? Qin Yun looked at an elder from the Nine Yang Palace. The elder was one of the people who had been chased out by the Nine Yang Divine Palace. Qin Yun, you little bastard! The old man cursed angrily. He used his hands to draw runes in 8 directions and instantly drew a very strong offensive rune. The rune suddenly flashed and wrapped around Qin Yun's body. Qin Yun never expected his opponent to be an inscription Do master. After his body was wrapped by the runes, he realized that it was a chain with lightning and it was even a Dao Yen rune. Qin Yun's body was tightly bound, making it difficult for him to struggle free. Fortunately, he used heavenly strong Dao technique to make his body very sturdy. The chain runes tried to tighten but failed. Die. The old man from the Nine-Yang Palace quickly used runes to carve out a mountain that pressed down on Qin Yun. Qin Yun snorted and unleashed the floating immortal rune ability, allowing his body to quickly swim and avoid the mountain that was pressing down on him. His body suddenly swelled up, Nether Sun Totem appeared on the surface of his body, very strong absolute yang power burst out and shattered the chain runes binding his body. It was a chaotic battle on the flying island. As long as the divine mountain of inscriptions turned into Hercules, as long as it grabbed someone, it would immediately tear them to pieces and beat them to death. This kind of extremely brutal power scared many people from the Nine-Yang Palace into fleeing. As for Qin Yun and the Elders' battle, it made the group of experts exclaim repeatedly. Not long ago, Qin Yun was sealed in the Heavenly Law Altar. Not long after he came to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range, he became so powerful that he could fight against a 9th-level immortal emperor. Although the old man fighting against Qin Yun was driven out by the Nine-Yang Divine Palace, his strength is still very strong. Otherwise, they would not have made the imperial race treat them with such respect. But now, that old man is being chased by Qin Yun. The old man also wanted to run but he couldn't. Qin Yun released supergravity and chased after him. After being enveloped by gravity, one's body became very heavy and their speed became much slower. The old man also used all his strength to resist the supergravity to be able to move faster. He doesn't dare to continue fighting with Qin Yun because in his eyes, Qin Yun is an incomparably powerful evil ghost and heavenly monster. Among the same level, evil ghost and heavenly monster are much stronger than humans. If they don't have other methods to deal with evil ghost and heavenly monster, it would be very difficult to defeat them. Nine-Yang Palace, not only did you seal me, you even joined forces with Evil Dragon City and Heaven-defying sect to deal with me. Qin Yun said with sneer, you won't be able to escape. While Qin Yun is chasing, he used his lightning lock sacred pupil to release lightning. He used the lightning to transform into chains and tied up the old man. Then, he used his light transformation sacred pupil to transform his body into a ray of light as he chased after the old man. Boom! After Qin Yun rushed over, he vigorously smashed down with his rod. Heaven Extermination 9 style, heaven shaking. Explosive vibration accompanied by ferocious flame shot out from the floating cloud rod. The rod smashed the old man's body into smithereens and scattered. And that vibration wave is ferocious and arrogant. The scorching hot air turned into a shock wave and attacked the flying island, causing it to shatter into pieces. Previously, the Nine-Yang Palace was suppressed by the immortal desolate dragon race. But after Qin Yun and the divine inscription mountain joined in, they immediately collapsed. Although only a portion of imperial race and immortal desolate dragon race attacked the Nine-Yang Palace, their strength is still very strong. Even if Qin Yun and great strength didn't come, they would still be able to take down the Nine-Yang Palace. Now, they immediately rushed towards the Alliance Army and the variant dragon race. Qin Yun rushed towards the Heavenly Lion Tomb City. When he went over, he discovered a berserk dragon might coming over from that direction. It's not Divine Universe Evil Dragon, it seems like it's the variant dragon race. Qin Yun frowned as he looked at the Heavenly Lion Tomb City. The variant dragon race is also a very strong faction. Their leader is Lang Chong, he has dragon and wolf bloodline in his body. When Qin Yun rushed over, great strength God followed behind him. Lang Chong did not participate in the chaotic battle, instead he brought a small number of elite warriors to guard this place. The floating cloud rod in Qin Yun's hand suddenly trembled, it is condensing energy, preparing to attack. Lang Chong is holding a very strange scimitar. He can sense a very powerful guy rushing over, this kind of aura is somewhat familiar to him. Qin Yun's flying speed is very fast, Lang Chong also saw that person. Qin Yun! Lang Chong cried out in alarm. He also knows that Qin Yun participated in this battle. He even destroyed Evil Dragon City and Xieyang. The flying island in the distance was destroyed, it is very clear that it was Qin Yun's doing. And what made Lang Chong most apprehensive is that the rod in Qin Yun's hand is releasing a power aura, it is somewhat similar to the Nine-Dragon Heavenly Origin formation. Lang Chong and others all know that Qin Yun gave the Nine-Dragon Heavenly Origin formation to the immortal Desolate Dragon race. But now that Qin Yun still has the Nine-Dragon Heavenly Origin formation's power, it means that Qin Yun has more than one Nine-Dragon Heavenly Origin formation in his hands. Hello Master Qin, goodbye Master Qin. Lang Chong shouted and immediately ran away with his people. His voice is still echoing all around but his figure has already disappeared. Qin Yun looked at the direction Lang Chong escaped in. He wanted to chase after him but he sensed that there is a situation in the Tomb City. Lang Chong ran very fast. Qin Yun only paid a bit of attention to the situation in the Tomb City and didn't know where Lang Chong ran to. This guy's ability to escape is pretty good. Qin Yun lightly groaned. When Qin Yun's cultivation was not high, he could use the Nine-Dragon Heavenly Origin formation to fight against extremely strong 9th stage Immortal Emperors, let alone now. Lang Chong is very afraid of the Nine-Dragon Heavenly Origin formation. After confirming that Qin Yun has the Nine-Dragon Heavenly Origin formation, he immediately ran away. Xiao Yun, there is a situation in the Tomb City. Ling Yun suddenly shouted. A mass of black gas suddenly rushed out of the Tomb City. The mass of black gas shot into the sky from the Tomb City and smashed towards Qin Yun like a meteor. Sensing that aura, Qin Yun is shocked in his heart. That is Devil Immortal Great Emperor. Qin Yun is horrified in his heart. How can this guy be so strong? He even has a very strong dragon power on his body. Ling Yun anxiously said. He must have obtained the Divine Universe Evil Dragon's divine essence blood. Hercules suddenly flew over, jumped into the sky and punched the black gas. Boom! The black ball of air exploded, and Hercules was sent flying. Hercules was sent flying for several thousand meters. When he landed on the ground, the earth suddenly split open and a huge beast rushed out, opened its mouth and swallowed Hercules. Old Mountain! Qin Yun shouted in alarm. The huge beast that came out from the ground is a huge toad covered in black dragon scales. This toad's 4 limbs are dragon claws, it also has a dragon tail full of sharp blades. Although this black toad dragon swallowed Hercules, it did not feel good. It could only spit out Hercules. Qin Yun saw Hercules come out and felt a lot more relieved. Then he looked at the black gas that exploded. That place is now covered in black fog. A burst of gale blew and the black fog dispersed in all directions. Qin Yun saw an old man wearing a black robe floating inside the dispersed black fog. The old man's face has many wrinkles, but he has a head full of black hair. His body is tall and sturdy. His legs are wrapped in black dragon scales, and his feet have turned into dragon claws. Devil Immortal Great Emperor, no matter what, you are still a great emperor of the immortal desolate. You are actually willing to become the Divine Universe Evil Dragon's lackey. Qin Yun said with sneer. Devil Immortal Great Emperor is carrying a large golden saber on his shoulder. He laughed sinisterly a few times and said, Immortal King Fu Yun. Qin Yun. You have been very powerful in your 2 lives. If I can kill you in your past life, it means that you are destined to be killed by me in this life. Devil Immortal Great Emperor, I was only an immortal king in my past life. Being killed by a great emperor like you is a very normal thing. Qin Yun chuckled and said, I never believe in fate. Oh, that's right, what about the immortal desolate great emperor? Let him come out, I will take care of you all together. Devil immortal great emperor suddenly laughed wildly and said, I fought with that guy for a long time before he was willing to let me come out to kill you. Whether it is me or him, killing you is as easy as flipping a hand. You actually dare to boast shamelessly that you want to take care of us together, truly arrogant. Although I don't have the memories of my past life, I roughly know that it was you two who joined hands to kill me. Therefore, I hope that you two can join hands to deal with me again, so that I can kill you two in one go. The floating cloud staff in Qin Yun's hand is also surging with aura. Qin Yun, you helped that woman seize my 9-sun world extermination scripture. I wonder if you have learned it or not. Of course, regardless of whether you have learned it or not, I will let you experience how strong my 9-sun world extermination scripture is. Devil immortal great emperor laughed wildly. His body erupted with a power filled with destructive aura. Chapter 1899. While Devil Immortal Great Emperor is filled with confidence, he is also secretly amazed by Qin Yun's strength. The last time he saw Qin Yun, Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon just came out of Evil Dragon City, and Qin Yun had no choice but to flee in a sorry state. And at that time, Qin Yun's strength was very weak. His cultivation was also not as high as it is now. Not much time has passed and Qin Yun's strength has become so strong. He killed Xie Yang again and even destroyed Evil Dragon City. Qin Yun looked at Devil Immortal Great Emperor and can feel the incomparably evil dragon power inside this sturdy old man's body. Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon's divine essence blood can actually make people suddenly become so strong. Qin Yun thought that after becoming a 9th stage Immortal Emperor and absorbing Divine Cosmos purple energy to cultivate a powerful body, he would be able to easily crush all other 9th stage Immortal Emperors. However, Devil Immortal Great Emperor is very strong. Qin Yun only sensed his aura and felt a great pressure. It is not easy to deal with. Devil Immortal Great Emperor looked at Great Strength God who is not far away. Great Strength God is fighting a huge dragon toad. The battle is also very intense. That thing is yours, right? Devil Immortal Great Emperor said with sneer. I have to say, you still have some strength. So today, I must eliminate you and eliminate all future troubles. As his voice fell, Devil Immortal Great Emperor's Immortal Emperor power, accompanied by a valiant dragon power, suddenly burst out and enveloped Qin Yun, forming a domain. Qin Yun's body trembled, released supergravity, released his own gravity domain. Two domains collided, two violent energies collided. A large area of the surrounding soil suddenly cracked and fiercely shook. The soil on the ground is like a surging wave, undulating up and down, releasing wave after wave of air wave. Qin Yun and Devil Immortal Great Emperor are separated by tens of meters. Both of them are holding powerful weapons and looking at each other. The powerful domains released by both sides overlapped. It means that two kinds of berserk Immortal Emperor power are colliding. The people watching from the distance are extremely alarmed. That guy is Devil Immortal Great Emperor. Imperial Beast Heavenly King said with frown. Brother Yun finally fought with this guy again. How did Devil Immortal Great Emperor become so strong? When I saw him before, he was not that strong. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor flew over and said worriedly, Can Fuyun Kid kill him? The battle around the Tomb City also gradually came to an end. The evil forces were all defeated and could not gather together at all. For now, the Righteous Alliance had the upper hand in this battle. Everyone is now watching the battle between Qin Yun and the Devil Immortal Great Emperor from afar. Elder Situ said, Devil Immortal Great Emperor obtained Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon's divine essence blood. That's something a lot of people want. Princess and Yi looked at the battle on Qin Yun's side and whispered, "Everyone be careful! The Divine Universe Evil Dragon is about to attack." Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon had brought many powerful subordinates into the Tomb City. The dragon toad that fought Hercules was very strong. One had to know that many 9th-level immortal emperors were as weak as clay figurines in front of the Hercules god. However, the dragon toad was able to fight Hercules for so long without being injured. Princess Anya's perception was very strong. As soon as she reminded everyone, the ground suddenly cracked, and many human-like monsters emerged. These monsters' bodies are bulging with dark red muscles, their heads are very small, they don't have eyes, they only have a mouth that can spit out 2 to 3 meter long tongues. Everyone be careful, these are Divine Cosmos Evil Dragons, Dragonlouse heavenly monsters, they have very strong devouring ability and love to suck blood. Elder Situ loudly yelled, "If you get entangled by their tongues, you must quickly cut them off." Qin Yun and the Devil Immortal Great Emperor's domains collided. Neither side is willing to back down. If they back down, it means they will have to fight inside each other's domain, they will be completely suppressed. Therefore, they were now competing in the power of their domains. Those Dragonlouse heavenly monsters that suddenly appeared are very dreadful, they are worthy of being Divine Cosmos Evil Dragons creatures. Not only are they very fast, their bodies are also very tough and flexible. Even if a sharp weapon hacked on their body, it would only send them flying, it would not be able to penetrate their body. If one is not careful, they would be hit by their tongues. These tongues are like flying arrows, they can suddenly spit out and easily penetrate human body. If one's armor is not strong enough, once the body is penetrated, they will be sucked dry and shriveled. All of you must die. Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon's furious voice suddenly came out from the Tomb City. The Xie in the sky is still continuously sending energy, the speed is also becoming faster and faster. Qin Yun gritted his teeth and looked at the Devil Immortal Great Emperor. The Xie is releasing more and more energy, it means that Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon is about to break open the 9 tomb palaces. Before that, he must kill the Devil Immortal Great Emperor before him, only then can he take away the 9-headed heavenly lion. Qin Yun, it hasn't been long since you reincarnated, yet you already have this kind of power, it is truly not easy. You are truly a rare peerless genius. Devil Immortal Great Emperor gritted his teeth and said with sinister sneer, "But today you will die in my hands, this is your fate." "Bullshit fate." Qin Yun lightly groaned and said. Devil Immortal Great Emperor's domain is a destruction domain, this kind of destruction power is constantly destroying his supergravity. If this goes on, no matter how much supergravity Qin Yun releases, it will be destroyed by the Devil Immortal Great Emperor's strange destruction power. Xiao Yun, this guy is using the 9-Sun World Extermination Scripture, it can destroy everything. Ling Yuner said, "We have to finish this quickly, we can't let him brew this kind of destruction power to its peak." Qin Yun can now see that Devil Immortal Great Emperor needs a period of time to brew the 9-Sun World Extermination Scripture, only then can the destruction power continue to increase. Devil Immortal Great Emperor, the one who will die today is you. Qin Yun narrowed his eyes and suddenly released a very strong mental power wave. He used the one thought Imperial Heaven Art to unleash the suffering divine ability power. After Devil Immortal Great Emperor was attacked, he let out a muffled roar. It can be seen that after he was attacked, he was in great pain but he endured it. "You can't beat me!" Devil Immortal Great Emperor roared in anger, black energy surged out of his body and turned into a huge black skull. Qin Yun is horrified and promptly controlled the nether moon to enter the nether sun, sun and moon shine together. This move is Qin Yun's secret skill. He rarely uses it because it can easily expose the nether sun. But right now he can't care so much because the devil immortal great emperor is going all out. As soon as sun and moon shine together appeared, Qin Yun's nether sun and nether moon seemed to fuse together and his body flickered with intense golden light. Qin Yun's whole body was instantly covered by a large number of nether sun totems and his soul was protected by the nether moon totems. 9-style heavenly extermination, setting sun. The floating cloud staff in Qin Yun's hand suddenly grew longer and crazily absorbed the power of sun and moon shine together in Qin Yun's body. In a short moment, the floating cloud staff finished accumulating power and smashed forward. The staff flickered with light when it smashed down. It is like the setting sun, bringing with it an extremely strong impact light wave. The black skull released by Devil Immortal Great Emperor rushed towards Qin Yun like a huge black star, but it was smashed by the floating cloud staff that flickered with gold and silver light. Rumble. The shaking sound is heaven shaking and earth shattering. The black skull that was smashed burst out a large number of black stones. A storm filled with thick black gas, accompanied by a large number of black stones, swept in all directions. Qin Yun looked at the black skull that exploded and sensed the dreadful destructive power. He is even more astonished in his heart. The skull released by Devil Immortal Great Emperor is truly like a huge star. It turned into a large number of hard stones. And those stones are all formed from evil power. If one's body was hit, they would definitely be seriously injured by the explosion of the stones. The people fighting in the distance felt the dreadful destructive power of the Devil Immortal Great Emperor and exclaimed in admiration again and again. Qin Yun and the Devil Immortal Great Emperor did not engage in a battle of domains because continuing would not be beneficial to either of them. Die! The Devil Immortal Great Emperor's body merged with the violent black astral wind and suddenly appeared beside Qin Yun. The golden saber in the Devil Immortal Great Emperor's hand chopped down and landed on Qin Yun's shoulder. Qin Yun is unable to sense the whereabouts of the Devil Immortal Great Emperor. After all, the Devil Immortal Great Emperor has fused with the astral wind. Fortunately, his defense is extremely strong. He used the Heavenly Tenacious Tao technique, Heavenly Might Tyrant Body's protective barrier and a layer of body protecting dragon handle to forcefully withstand this terrifying saber strike. It must be known that when the saber struck Qin Yun's shoulder, a terrifying energy burst out. After penetrating the ground, it created a crater that is hundreds of meters wide. Destructive astral wind and thunder and lightning exploded in all directions. Every move of the Devil Immortal Great Emperor is as terrifying as if it could destroy the world. Qin Yun has now experienced the power of the 9-Sun World Extermination Scripture. The Devil Immortal Great Emperor is equally astonished. Qin Yun's defense is actually so strong and dreadful. After taking a saber strike from him, it seems like nothing happened to him. After Qin Yun's shoulder was struck by the saber, he swept out with the long rod in his hand. The vast and mighty heavenly might is ferocious and arrogant, accompanied by the power of sun and moon splendor. The power of the sun can cause stinging pain to the body, and the power of the moon can attack the soul. At the same time, Qin Yun activated a variety of cultivation techniques and gathered a terrifying power. Through the floating cloud rod, it swept across the waist of the Devil Immortal Great Emperor and exploded with a burst of intense light. The dazzling light enveloped the heaven and earth in an instant, purifying the surrounding black astral wind. And those evil dragon louse heavenly monsters on the ground, after being illuminated by the light, let out a series of painful hisses. The Devil Immortal Great Emperor roared in pain. His body was sent flying and crashed into the tall and thick walls of the tomb city. Qin Yun took a deep breath. Because the staff strike was too rushed, its power was only this much. If he had enough time to condense even more power, he might have been able to kill the Devil Immortal Great Emperor. The people who are dealing with the dragon louse heavenly monsters in the distance were enveloped by the intense light from the staff strike. They could feel that the multicolored light came along with the vibration. Qin Yun's vibration power is very terrifying. It can release an extremely strong penetrating power through vibration. Chapter 1900. Qin Yun flew towards the devil immortal great emperor. The floating cloud staff in his hand is gathering power, and at the same time activating the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation inside. This time, he must borrow the power of the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation to completely kill the devil immortal great emperor. Just now when he attacked, because he was in a hurry, he did not have time to use the power of the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation. Otherwise, the devil immortal great emperor would not be as simple as just vomiting blood. When the devil immortal great emperor saw Qin Yun charging over aggressively, he gritted his teeth and roared angrily. His body erupted with destructive dragon power and attacked Qin Yun again. "You will definitely die in my hands," the devil immortal great emperor roared in anger. Walala! Suddenly, a very strong life force appeared from all directions. This kind of dense and tenacious life force makes people feel as if they are surrounded by all kinds of verdant trees. Qin Yun activated the divine tree totem in his body and condensed many powerful tree vines and root. The tree vines and roots turned into claws and suddenly grabbed the devil immortal great emperor. "Damned thing, destroy for me!" The devil immortal great emperor's body burst out a burst of blood-colored destructive flame, burning the tree claw. And Qin Yun already flew over, holding the long staff with both hands. He smashed it down at the devil immortal great emperor. When the floating cloud staff fell, the shadow of the dragon rune heavenly saber suddenly appeared and the formidable power of the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation surged out. The Nether Soul Sacred Blade's special ability to attack the soul also appeared. Qin Yun was holding a long staff, but it suddenly turned into a large saber. This saber strike is filled with endless berserk might. It is as if the heavens are displaying their berserk might. This kind of power is especially terrifying. This is the fourth style of heavenly annihilation, heavenly madness. The devil immortal great emperor felt despair in his heart and loudly roared. The blood-red flames he released became even more ferocious. Die! Qin Yun's attack collided with the protective barrier released by the devil immortal great emperor. Heaven and earth are immediately shaken by the vast and mighty power of heavenly madness. The group of dragon lice heavenly monsters on the ground are all blown away. The devil immortal great emperor screamed miserably, causing people's hearts to palpitate. Everyone could not help but look in the direction of the battle between Qin Yun and the devil immortal great emperor. They saw that the devil immortal great emperor's body has been split into two, but he is still alive. Just you wait! The two halves of the devil immortal great emperor's body suddenly turned into black smoke and flew back to the tomb city. Qin Yun promptly took out the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion cannon and fired a holy flame cannonball at the black smoke. "Ah!" Devil immortal great emperor screamed again. "Don't even think about running." Qin Yun rushed over and threw out 2 life-sealing soul-devouring lock. This life-sealing soul-devouring lock was just taken from the heaven-defying sect patriarch. It was extremely effective against injured and weak people. The devil immortal great emperor's body was incinerated. Now that he was entangled by the life-sealing soul-devouring lock, his screams became even more intense. "Devil, I must destroy you today." Qin Yun did not dare to leave the devil immortal great emperor alive to slowly torture him. Devil immortal great emperor had once cursed Yao Feng in the past. He was also worried that devil immortal great emperor would release another curse before his death. After putting away the floating cloud staff, he released the power of the nether sun and nether moon into his arms, and then patted the demon immortal great emperor in front of him. 2 huge black handprints appeared, and they came together as if they were swatting mosquitoes. This is a cultivation technique created by Qin Yun himself. It is also derived from the sun and moon's splendor together. It is to transform the power of the nether sun and nether moon into a huge handprint and collide with each other, triggering the sun and moon's splendor together. After the two huge black handprints collided, golden light flashed and radiated in all directions. The dazzling multicolored light is very beautiful. The body and soul of the devil immortal great emperor were completely destroyed along with the radiating multicolored light. The devil immortal great emperor is finally dead. Qin Yun clenched his fists tightly as he looked at the dissipating devil immortal great emperor. Back then, the devil immortal great emperor destroyed the Guanghan palace, hunted him down and plotted against his foster father. Now, he has finally taken revenge. There is one more. Qin Yun looked at the tomb city. There is also the immortal desolate great emperor. Although the immortal desolate great emperor has always been a righteous force in the immortal desolate, he is extremely vicious. Otherwise, he would not have colluded with the devil immortal great emperor. The immortal desolate great emperor must be inside the city. Maybe he also obtained the divine essence blood. Ling Yuner said, Xiao Yun, that guy is definitely very strong. He is in no way weaker than the devil immortal great emperor. Qin Yun looked at the entrance of the tomb city, and then looked at the huge Xieyang in the sky. He is now waiting for the nine-headed heavenly lion to come out. Xiao Yuemei said that once the nine-headed heavenly lion comes out, he can use the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron to take it away and make the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron even stronger. He believed what Xiao Yuemei said. That's why he did not destroy the Xieyang. Princess Anya suddenly flew to Qin Yun's side and asked, Qin Yun, what are you waiting for? Quickly kill that Xieyang. No, I want to wait for the nine-headed heavenly lion to come out. Qin Yun said. What? Are you crazy? Princess Anya shouted in shock. Once the heavenly lion comes out, everything we have done today will be in vain. It won't happen. Qin Yun shook his head and said, You will know in a moment. I will go help first. Qin Yun rushed towards Great Strength God. The dragon toad has been beaten black and blue by Great Strength God. Princess Anya somewhat angrily groaned. She can only follow Qin Yun and ask for the reason. Yuemei said that there is a cloud dragon in the Cloud Dragon mountain range, is that right? Qin Yun asked Princess Anya through sound transmission. He is holding the floating cloud staff and attacking the dragon toad. Indeed. There is indeed a very ancient cloud dragon in the Cloud Dragon mountain range. That guy is immortal and knows many things. I have seen him several times. Princess Anya doubtfully said, What is the relationship between you waiting for the nine-headed heavenly lion and the cloud dragon? My heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron can take away the nine-headed heavenly lion. This is what the cloud dragon said. Do you think it is reliable? Divine Cosmos evil dragon is very difficult to kill. You should be clearer than me on this point, right? Qin Yun said. If we could kill it back then, there would not be these trivial matters now. It is not that Divine Cosmos evil dragon is very difficult to kill, it is actually impossible to kill. We can only seal it for a very long time and use time to kill it, Princess Anya said. I think that if the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron takes away the nine-headed heavenly lion and after it evolves, it might be able to kill the Divine Cosmos evil dragon. Qin Yun just fought with the devil immortal great emperor and sensed how dreadful the Divine Cosmos evil dragon is. The Divine Cosmos evil dragon only gave the devil immortal great emperor some divine essence blood, and it allowed the devil immortal great emperor to become so powerful. If not for him chasing after the devil immortal great emperor in time, he would have returned to his peak state very soon. It must be known that when Qin Yun attacked the devil immortal great emperor before, even a sacred transformation expert would be beaten half to death. However, the devil immortal great emperor always survived. This is mainly because he absorbed the divine essence blood. If it is what the cloud dragon said, then it can be believed. Princess Anya can only believe Qin Yun. Suddenly, a burst of wild laughter came out from the tomb city. This is the wild laughter of the divine cosmos evil dragon. At the same time, a burst of heavenly lion's furious roar burst out. The nine-headed heavenly lion came out of the tomb palace. The people outside the tomb city immediately panicked. The nine nether realm heavenly lion is coming out. Everyone, quickly retreat. Elder Situ shouted with grave expression. We couldn't stop the divine cosmos evil dragon, we failed. Nine Yang divine palace's old man sighed in despair. Immortal desolate dragon emperor sensed the nine dreadful heavenly lions' power and his expression became grave. He already released the nine dragon heavenly origin formation and prepared to fight at any time. The tomb city suddenly shook violently. Boom! A burst of energy wave rushed out and broke through the city wall. In the blink of an eye, the incomparably sturdy tomb city has been shattered into ruins. Roar! A berserk dragon roar shook out, a black light shot out from the tomb city, the divine cosmos evil dragon transformed into its original form. It is a huge black dragon covered in rotten flesh. The divine cosmos evil dragon with rotten body is the weakest. Even if the divine cosmos evil dragon is very weak, it is still very strong. The huge black dragon is floating in the sky and covering the sun. It is revolving around the huge, evil Sunday. Everyone looked at the divine cosmos evil dragon's body and secretly felt fear in their hearts. Everyone can see that the divine cosmos evil dragon's body has no dragon scales. Moreover, the flesh inside is rotten to the point that one can even see the dragon bones. But they are still scared by the power and might of the divine cosmos evil dragon. Qin Yun, you destroyed my dragon city. I will use your life as sacrifice to my dragon city. The divine cosmos evil dragon furiously roared. Roar, roar, roar. The nine heavenly lions suddenly jumped out of the ruins. The nine heavenly lions are like nine huge mountains, their entire body is pitch black, their eyes are emitting red light, their teeth are also blood red, they look like blood red crystals. The appearance of these nine mighty nether realm heavenly lions caused everyone around the tomb city to let out a burst of cry of fear. Come! The divine cosmos evil dragon opened its huge mouth and released a very strong suction force towards the nine heavenly lions. Everyone immediately cried out in shock. The divine cosmos evil dragon wants to eat the nine heavenly lions. They all prepared to fight the nether realm heavenly lions, but they never expected that the divine cosmos evil dragon would not release them to fight but to eat them. Princess Anya yelled in fear. The divine cosmos evil dragon wants to eat the heavenly lions to repair its damaged body. The nine heavenly lions' body is very intact. It has been preserved much better than the divine cosmos evil dragon's body. Don't let the divine cosmos evil dragon succeed. Immortal desolate dragon emperor yelled. Leave it to me. Qin Yun rushed out. After the nine heavenly lions came out, they were suppressed by the power released by the evil sun, causing them to be unable to move. Divine cosmos evil dragon, you want to eat us? One of the nether realm heavenly lions furiously roared. We fought everywhere for you back then, fought against nine sun royal race and were sealed for so many years, you are ungrateful. You nine idiots, if it wasn't for you not being strong enough back then, we wouldn't have lost. Nine sun royal race is already dead. I only need to eat you all to recover 50% of my power back then, enough to dominate the nine desolate. The divine cosmos evil dragon laughed loudly and said, just obediently eat me. The divine cosmos evil dragon's huge mouth is big enough to swallow all the nether realm heavenly lions. Divine cosmos evil dragon, you bastard! The group of heavenly lions immediately became furious. They roared and resisted. They just came out of the seal, their bodies are still very weak. Moreover, they are facing the divine cosmos evil dragon and are suppressed by the power released by the evil sun. They are completely powerless to resist. Chapter 1901. When the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron appeared, it had even become very large. Coupled with its overflowing might, it caused everyone to be alarmed and secretly rejoice. "It's the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron," Elder Sidhu said in shock. "According to legend, this cauldron can suppress divine cosmos evil dragon." Immortal desolate dragon emperor said, "The strongest state of the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron is not like this. This cauldron is obviously severely damaged, that's why it has degenerated to this state." Many seniors from Heaven Creation City understood this cauldron better, because it was used to restrain the divine cosmos evil dragon back then. Tion the lion dragon suppressing cauldron suddenly flew over and appeared in the air above the ruins of the tomb city. As it spun, it produced waves of suction force, wanting to absorb those heavenly lions. Heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron? Does this piece of trash want to steal food from me? The divine cosmic evil dragon's voice erupted from its gaping mouth. At this moment, the nine-headed Elysian lion was being fought over by two powerful suction forces, causing it to become even more furious. The suction force released by the divine universe evil dragon was the strongest, and it had already sucked a heavenly lion into the air. That although the heavenly lion was struggling non-stop, it was unable to resist the suction force. Its mountain-like body was slowly flying towards the huge dragon mouth. Right now, no one dared to get close to the divine cosmic evil dragon, as it was incredibly powerful. If they got close, the berserk power that exploded out from its body would be able to tear them apart. Shove nether realm heavenly lion that was sucked into the dragon's mouth suddenly slowed down a lot. At not far away, the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron was spinning rapidly, and the suction force it produced was also gradually becoming stronger. The suction force of the huge cauldron was slowly snatching the nether realm heavenly lion over. At the other 8 nether realm heavenly lions on the ground roared, venting the anger in their hearts. They were all suppressed by the power released by Xieyang, unable to break free in a short period of time. God, seeing that the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron was snatching the heavenly lion, Yu Xielong furiously roared, and a wave of black qi rushed out of its mouth towards the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. The rapidly spinning heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron repelled the incoming black gas. "Qin Yun, so what if you obtain the heavenly lion? You will die in the end. You are the enemy of the heavenly Tao. No matter how you struggle, no matter how strong you are, you will still die under the heavenly Tao." The divine universe evil dragon roared as it swept its tail toward the heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron. Tion under Qin Yun's control, the lion dragon suppressing cauldron suddenly evaded the dragon tail. The heavenly lion that was hovering in the air suddenly dropped to the ground and continued to be suppressed by Xieyang. The process of snatching the nine-headed heavenly lion was not as smooth as Qin Yun imagined. Qin Yun never expected the divine universe evil dragon to devour the 9 nether realm heavenly lions. If the divine universe evil dragon ordered the 9-headed heavenly lions to attack, then he could use the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron to collect the heavenly lions one by one. God Yu Xielong did not successfully devour the nether realm heavenly lion, so he will not let Qin Yun have his way. He is very clear how strong the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron will become after devouring the 9 heavens lion. "Xiao Yun, attack Xieyang!" Ling Yun suddenly shouted. Evil Yang was suppressing the 9 heavens lion, and as long as Xieyang was destroyed, the 9 heavens lion would be able to break free. Once the heavenly lion escapes, it might attack the divine universe evil dragon. After all, they were almost devoured by the divine universe evil dragon. Qin Yun gritted her teeth and suddenly kept the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. "Old Shan, can you stall the divine cosmos evil dragon?" Qin Yun suddenly shouted. "Yes." Vigor God shouted back. "Yes." As soon as he finished speaking, Hercules shot up into the sky. His body suddenly became enormous, thousands of meters tall, like a supergiant that could hold up the heavens. Big after Vigor God became big. He immediately hugged the divine universe evil dragon's head, clamped it under his ribs, and started punching it. The divine universe evil dragon roared furiously. Its rotten body started moving and wrapped around Vigor God. Boom! Body the huge Vigor God tightly hugged the divine universe evil dragon's head and suddenly fell to the ground, causing the ground to crack. The two huge creatures were shaking. It felt like they were going to destroy the world. It was extremely shocking. Everyone floated in the air and watched from afar. They didn't dare to get close because the energy released by the divine universe evil dragon was too strong. Even a 9th stage immortal emperor wouldn't be able to withstand it. Qin Yun suddenly transmitted his voice to Princess Anya, immortal desolate sacred master, heartless immortal supremacy and immortal desolate dragon emperor. Obituaries tell them to use all their strength to attack Xieyang. Mega the big Xieyang floated in the air. With the divine universe evil dragon's protection, Xieyang was able to concentrate his power to suppress the 9-headed heavenly lion. But now, Shin Cosmos evil dragon was suddenly pulled over by Hercules, and Xieyang's defense was at its weakest. Ju Senior Immortal Qing roared loudly. The Sun Soul transformed battle axe in her hand suddenly became very huge, floating in the air. It looked like a giant axe mountain, flickering with bright golden light. Mega Heartless Immortal Venerable injected his saint power into the axe. It spun in the air and flew towards Xieyang. Princess Yi, on the other hand, took out a fiery red longbow and pulled the bowstring. She was accumulating her saint power and aiming at Xieyang. Immortal Desolate Sacred Master raised his hands and released the saint power in his body, condensing it into a ball of energy in the air. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor took out the 9 Dragon Mark Heavenly Steels and activated the divine power inside them to activate the 9 Dragons Heaven Origin Array. He stood in the middle of the Dragon Mark Heavenly Steels. His body turned into a half-dragon half-human, and on top of the 9 Dragon Mark Heavenly Steels, a dragon head formed by the divine power appeared. Hong! Absolute. Senior Immortal Qing's huge axe was the first to slam into Xieyang, knocking him back and covering him in golden light. Sway then, Princess Anya's fiery red longbow shot out an arrow. After the arrow was shot out, it became very huge. The berserk saint power that gushed out from it tore a deep fiery crack in the ground. Boom! The arrow landed on the spot where the axe struck, creating a huge hole on the surface of Xieyang. Immortal Sacred Lord Desolation hurriedly sent the ball of holy power he had gathered into the hole. All sorts of explosions occurred inside Xieyang. It's my turn. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor released the dragon head formed by the 9 dragons Heavenly Origin formation. The dragon head roared and rammed into Xieyang's body, wreaking havoc within. The attacks from the few Qi practitioners had dealt significant damage to Xieyang. Qin Yun also appeared above Xieyang. The 9 Dragons Heaven Origin Array inside the floating cloud rod was activated, turning the floating cloud rod into a huge saber that shone in 9 colors. What caught everyone's attention was that Qin Yun was wearing a pair of sparkling golden boots. They were the heaven-trampling divine boots formed from the Sun Soul. The 9 Dragons Heavenly Origin formation was attached to the floating cloud staff, and divine universe energy surged out, turning the floating cloud staff into a giant saber. Wearing the heaven-trampling divine boots allowed him to unleash even more of the 9 Dragon Heavenly Origin formation's power, allowing him to control the huge saber. Divine Universe Evil Dragon roared in anger. It controlled its long and large dragon tail and swung it at Qin Yun in the sky, but it was sent flying by Immortal Venerable Heartless Giant Axe. The divine weapon in Qin Yun's hand slashed down, cleaving Xieyang into 2 halves. Qing in an instant, the heaven and earth became filled with incomparably berserk energy. It looks like doomsday has arrived. At the same time, the nine-headed heavenly lion that was being suppressed below also broke free with a furious roar and charged toward the divine universe evil dragon. God Yu Xie Dragon's body suddenly overflowed with a large amount of black mist, its huge body shrunk into a small ball. God Yu Xie Dragon transformed into a human. This is the only way to get rid of Vigor God. What shocked everyone is that the tall and sturdy old man that divine universe evil dragon transformed into has the face of immortal desolate great emperor. Immortal great emperor Desolate's body was originally very thin, but now he has become very majestic. His aura is also different. Absolute immortal venerable heartless cursed in low voice. Immortal desolate great emperor has been devoured by divine universe evil dragon. Yu Xie Dragon laughed sinisterly and said, Nine Heaven Lion, even if you join hands, you are not my match. Only by becoming my food will you be able to display your greatest value. Qin said. Yun took out the Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron and said in deep voice, Nine Heaven Lion, you should be very clear about divine universe evil dragon's strength. With your current strength, it is impossible to kill him. If you enter the Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron and make it even stronger, you will be able to kill Divine Universe Evil Dragon. Divine Universe Evil Dragon spread his arms. Heaven and earth evil energy enveloped the area. Within the evil energy, a large amount of purple-red Divine Universe power appeared. Purple Hong Shinyu's power landed on the devastated ground, a large area of stone soil, as well as the ruins of Xieyang and Tomb City turned into huge stone golems. Even if my body is severely damaged, I am still invincible. Divine Universe Evil Dragon howled with laughter and said, I am the incarnation of Heavenly Tao, my power is bestowed upon me by Heavenly Tao, I am Heavenly Punishment Divine Beast, I have the authority to punish millions and millions of living beings under Heavenly Tao. While Yu Xie Dragon is howling with laughter, heavenly might unceasingly press down. The huge stone golems on the ground are all incomparably powerful evil spirits and heavenly monsters. Everyone is filled with fear because Divine Universe Evil Dragon suddenly obtained such formidable power. It is clear that he borrowed the power of Heavenly Tao. Nine Heaven Lion, you should be clearer than me about the current situation. If you attack Divine Universe Evil Dragon now, you will be devoured by him. Qin Yun yelled, You cooperating with me is the best choice. I guarantee that after I eliminate Divine Universe Evil Dragon, I will let you regain your freedom and help you find your hearts. Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron is constantly revolving and letting out bursts of roar. Nine-headed Heavenly Lion is repeatedly roaring towards Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron. Apparently he is hesitating. Large powerful stone golems are rushing towards Nine Heaven Lion. Each side's experts are being attacked by many stone golems that suddenly appeared. This area has once again erupted into a chaotic battle. Suddenly, a Heavenly Lion rushed towards Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron. This time, Qin Yun did not let Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron release power to devour the Heavenly Lion. Instead he let the Heavenly Lion enter Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron on its own. Soon after, other Heavenly Lions also rushed towards Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron. Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron is black. Nether Realm Heavenly Lion is also black. But now, after Nine Heaven Lion entered Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron, the black cauldron suddenly turned golden. Dazzling mighty huge cauldron is floating in the sky, it is flickering with divine and formidable radiance. The Heavenly Lion totem on the surface of the cauldron looks like a nine-headed Heavenly Lion, it is constantly roaring and running, it is a totem transformed Tao evolution rune. Heaven. Chapter 1902. In order to tie up the divine cosmic evil dragon, Hercules had been tightly clinging onto its head. Although it had a very powerful black tortoise array, Its body was still being torn apart by the divine cosmic evil dragon. "Old Shan, quickly leave it to me!" Qin Yun shouted. The divine mountain suffered heavy damage. When it saw that the heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron had become very strong, it hurriedly retreated. Xiao Yueme is also inside the divine inscription mountain. She knows that Qin Yun's heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron can certainly resist the divine cosmos evil dragon, so she told Hercules to retreat. The god of strength's body was wrapped around by the divine universe evil dragon, and he suddenly shrank before being able to break free. Damn it! Seeing that the nine heavens lion had been taken away by the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron, the divine universe evil dragon was enraged. It roared and swung its massive dragon tail at Hercules. At the same time, the giant golden cauldron suddenly flew over. The divine universe evil dragon's tail struck the golden heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron, causing the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron to resound. The Titan god's injuries were not light, and there were many cracks on his body. After leaving the god universe evil dragon, he suddenly charged at the stone people that had emerged from the ground. These stone men were all evil spirits and celestial beings. They had a very strong divine universe purple chi on them, and they were formed from the shattered pieces of Xieyang. Although Hercules was injured, he was still very strong. He could punch through a stone golem with a single punch and then devour the energy of the stone golem. Hercules was transformed from the inscription divine mountain, and the inscription divine mountain had a very strong devouring ability. After killing Xieyang, Hercules absorbed quite a number of Xieyang's shards in the ruins to improve himself. At this time, Hercules needed to absorb more energy to heal the injuries on his body. The divine universe evil dragon roared furiously as it attacked the mountain-like golden cauldron. Qin Yun was far away, controlling the cauldron to constantly slam into the divine cosmic evil dragon. He even wanted to use the cauldron to cover the dragon's head, but to no avail. The divine cosmos evil dragon was very wary of the heavenly lion dragon's suppressing cauldron. Even though it was furiously attacking, it was still clear-headed and would not let its anger get to its head. "Qin Yun, do you think that you can capture me just because this broken cauldron has become stronger? Stop dreaming!" The divine universe evil dragon sneered. Back then, the Nine Sons royal race was so powerful, and they paid a huge price to seal me. You haven't even shed a drop of blood, yet you want to take me down? How naive. The divine universe evil dragon's strength was indeed terrifying. Although its body had decayed, it was still very powerful. After being struck by the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron several times, it was not injured at all. After the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron absorbed the nine heavens lion, its power became very strong, but it was not continuous, because that power mainly came from the nine nether realm heavenly lions. The nine heavens lion cooperated with Qin Yun inside the cauldron to attack the divine cosmos evil dragon. The divine universe evil dragon's massive mouth occasionally spewed out a massive ball of black lightning toward the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. The heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron was hit several times, and it was sent flying every time. The divine universe evil dragon's mouth was very big, and it could swallow a mountain. The blood-colored lightning that it suddenly spat out was very thick, and it missed the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron a few times. When it landed on the ground, it created a huge crater. Although the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron was huge, it was not as agile as the divine cosmic evil dragon. However, its strength also seemed to be inferior to that of the divine universe evil dragon. Qin Yun watched from the side, feeling very anxious. Nine heavens lion, can the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron capture the divine universe evil dragon? Qin Yun communicated with the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron and contacted the nine heavens lion inside the cauldron. "We don't know, we just broke the seal, we are still very weak. a heavenly lion replied to Qin Yun through spirit sound transmission. Even if we can't capture the divine universe evil dragon, we can't let it have a good time. Qin Yun gritted his teeth and said, "We must let the divine universe evil dragon have some misgivings. If we are suppressed by the divine universe evil dragon, this guy will not be afraid of the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron anymore." The heavenly lion replied, "We will do our best." The heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron suddenly started revolving. The heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron is filled with berserk energy. It started revolving very quickly and gave rise to burst of gale. The gale is accompanied by berserk thunder and lightning. The surroundings of the cauldron are filled with powerful and ferocious thunder and lightning. Moreover, the cauldron is revolving very quickly. It burst out with astonishing might. Clang! The cauldron flew over and collided with the divine universe evil dragon's huge body. After colliding with the divine universe evil dragon's rotten body, a large piece of rotten flesh was torn out. The divine universe evil dragon seems to be in great pain. It let out a furious roar and its body is frantically moving. Although the cauldron was sent flying, it did not suffer any damage. Scram for me! The divine universe evil dragon's dragon tail ferociously and furiously hacked down. It brought along a large area of black evil power. Countless berserk thunder accompanied the dragon tail. This move turned the dragon tail into a huge axe. It looks like it wants to split open the sky. Boom! The huge dragon tail landed on the rapidly revolving cauldron and violently collided with it. The dragon tail wrapped around the defensive barrier and collided with the cauldron. The defensive barrier was also destroyed by the quickly revolving cauldron. At the same time, the cauldron was sent flying and a large piece of flesh flew out of the dragon tail. The divine universe evil dragon let out another furious roar because this time he suffered a great loss. Not only did he not destroy the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron, he was also injured. Qin Yun is tightly holding the floating cloud staff, condensing energy to open the nine-dragon heavenly origin formation inside. Xiao Yun, the divine universe evil dragon, is truly too terrifying. Just now, his bones were completely fine, only a large piece of flesh flew out. Ling Yuner said, "He has such powerful dragon bones, it will be very difficult to completely kill him." The divine universe evil dragon's body is indeed inconceivably powerful. Back then, the Nine Sun royal family sealed this divine universe evil dragon. They were all god-level experts of the divine desolate. Even at their peak, the Nine Sun royal family was unable to kill the divine universe evil dragon, let alone Qin Yun and other immortals. Even powerful immortal emperors found it very difficult to fight against the stone golems summoned by the divine universe evil dragon. Qin Yun looked down. Even an expert like Immortal Supremacy Heartless found it very difficult to kill a single stone golem. As for the other immortal emperors, they had to form teams of 3 to 5 to ensure that they could suppress a single stone golem and slowly grind it to death. Is this really the power bestowed by the heavenly Tao to the divine universe evil dragon? Qin Yun doesn't believe in the matter of heavenly punishment divine beast because he feels that there is no such thing as a heavenly Tao mandate. The heavenly Tao might exist, but it would definitely not issue this kind of command. Maybe some guys can see through the heavenly Tao and obtain power from it to impersonate it. Ling Yuner said. Qin Yun's floating cloud staff trembled. The condensed energy is already very strong. The heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron and the divine universe evil dragon are fighting very intensely. The divine universe evil dragon has no intention of retreating. It wants to break the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron and eat the 9 heavens lion inside. I'll go. Qin Yun's body transformed into a white light and rushed over. The floating cloud staff in his hand became very long and extended forward. Then it transformed into a large saber and landed on the divine universe evil dragon's huge body. The divine universe evil dragon's body is very big, it is very easy to hit. Boom! The large saber floating cloud staff ruthlessly attacked the huge dragon body and exploded with a burst of berserk golden light. A burst of golden energy mist also rushed out along with the vibration. This move of Qin Yun's can split open the evil sun. But when it landed on the divine universe evil dragon's body, it can only split open its rotten flesh, it can't even cut its bones. If it was any other dragon, even a sacred dragon, they would have been split in two. Why is this guy so difficult? Qin Yun cursed in his heart. He finally understands why the divine universe evil dragon can't be killed. 9 Sun royal race must have used all kinds of attacks in the past, but they couldn't kill the divine universe evil dragon. They could only seal it and let time kill it. Finally, the divine universe evil dragon managed to survive and escaped from the evil dragon city. After so many years, its body has been severely injured and is in tatters. It is not easy to recover a powerful body like the divine universe evil dragon. That is why it wants to eat the 9 heavens lion and use it to recover its body. I can't die, the divine universe evil dragon arrogantly roared. Blood-colored lightning shot out of its mouth and attacked the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. The blood-colored lightning is like a surging river, it rushed towards the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron's rotating gale. Wah! As the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron rotated, the blood-colored lightning bounced back. The blood-colored lightning bounced back and landed on the divine universe evil dragon again. The divine universe evil dragon furiously roared. It can't do anything to the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron because it has already tried all kinds of attack. The heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron is like a hedgehog in front of the divine universe evil dragon. Especially when it rotates, if it touches the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron, it will be very painful. Using energy to attack is also the same, the energy will be bounced back. Qin Yun is thinking of a method. He feels that his 9 dragon heavenly origin formation is too weak. When it attacked the divine universe evil dragon earlier, it didn't cause much damage. The divine universe evil dragon also knows that if it continues, it will consume too much energy. So after it roared, its huge body suddenly turned into black gas and quickly shrank back into human form. The divine universe evil dragon in human form has the same appearance as the immortal desolate great emperor. Qin Yun, don't think that I am afraid of you. Just you wait until I find my heart, I will smash your broken cauldron into pieces. The divine universe evil dragon furiously groaned and then disappeared into the distance. The heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron also did not chase. The 9 heaven lions inside the cauldron are very clear that with their current strength, they can't suppress the divine universe evil dragon. After the divine universe evil dragon left, the stone golems suddenly scattered, the divine universe purple energy drilled into the ground and disappeared. The divine universe purple energy will return to the divine universe evil dragon's side. Princess and Yi flew to Qin Yun's side and said, Qin Yun, now you know that the divine universe evil dragon is very difficult to deal with. Chapter 1903. In this battle with the evil dragon city, although the Heaven Creation City had the upper hand and destroyed many evil forces, those evil forces were all disintegrated and suffered heavy casualties. However, everyone's mood is very heavy. Their casualties are not serious. The reason why their mood is heavy is because Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon is too strong. If this kind of strong guy is not suppressed for one day, they will feel very uneasy. Everyone is tired, let's go back to Creation Heaven City and talk, Elder Sidhu said. Let's go back and rest first, then we will go look for Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon. An old man sighed and said, even if we find Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon, what's the use? Even though he doesn't have any subordinates, His own strength is very strong, we can't suppress him. Princess Anya said, Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon's situation is very special. He can release a large amount of Divine Cosmos purple energy and release a large group of stone people, but he can't use it to repair his body. If Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon's body becomes stronger, the amount of Divine Cosmos purple energy on his body would be even more. Could it be that Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon can't use a portion of Divine Cosmos purple energy? Is it because his body is injured? Qin Yun said with frown. Indeed. Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon's Divine Cosmos purple energy has never dissipated, it has always been hidden beside him. However, his body is severely injured and he can't store it inside his body. Princess Anya nodded and said, Therefore, we must suppress and seal Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon before his body recovers. Situ Xiao Ai said, Nine Sun Royal Family was able to do it back then. We can also do it now. Creation Heaven City has existed until now to prevent this kind of situation. Elder Situ said, Let's go, we will go back and rest first. Qin Yin suddenly flew towards Divine Mountain and said, You guys go back first, I still have other things to do. Princess Anya also wants to follow Qin Yun, but she is now the Palace Master of Heaven Creation Divine Palace. She needs to preside over the overall situation, so she can only return to Creation Heaven City first. Qin Yun, where are you going? Princess Anya asked. I won't go far, don't worry. Qin Yun said with smile. I just want to go back and see how the Divine Mountain is damaged. Then we will return to Creation Heaven City first. You better not act on your own. Princess Anya nodded. Qin Yun responded and flew towards the nearby Divine Inscription Mountain. Elder Situ and the others immediately flew away from the messy battlefield. After Qin Yun returned to the Divine Inscription Mountain, Xiao Yueme jumped out and shouted, Brother, Hercules did his best. And you are all very outstanding. Qin Yun laughed, then looked at Mountain God and asked, What is the situation of Divine Mountain? I took away a large number of fragments. Those fragments contain a lot of powerful energy. I will digest those fragments and absorb the energy within them. The Divine Inscription Mountain will be able to completely recover. Mountain God said, Boss, don't worry, the Divine Mountain is very strong, it won't be destroyed. The black donkey curled its lip. That bullsh * T Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon. It's only because its bones are harder. Otherwise, the Titan God wouldn't have been damaged. Shiman Dazhuang said, Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon is indeed very strong, but it is not invincible. Our Divine Inscription Mountain is still young and can still grow. The Divine Mountain of Inscription that had transformed into Hercules had indeed performed very well. It was extremely powerful in all aspects. If not for Hercules restraining Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon for a period of time, they wouldn't have been able to kill Xieyang and take away the Nine Heaven Lion. The Divine Inscription Mountain still has a lot of room for growth. If it was not for the Nine Dragon Heavenly Origin Formation, it would be able to release a large amount of Divine Cosmos Golden Stones and become even stronger. At this time, Long Yuqing also returned. She said with smile, Brother, let us have a look at the Nine Heaven Lion. Qin Yun took out the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron. 9 light beams suddenly flew out of the cauldron. I said before, I won't restrict your freedom. Qin Yun said, I am very grateful to you all for joining us. Although we couldn't capture Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon, we managed to force him to retreat. Many thanks everyone. Qin Yun and the others are not afraid of the Nine Heaven Lion because the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron can suppress it. That's because we are too weak. And your mastery of Heavenly Lion power is not good enough. While the leader Heavenly Lion King is speaking, the 9 Nether Realm Heavenly Lions suddenly fused into one and transformed into one Heavenly Lion, then transformed into a tall and sturdy old man. The old man has a white explosive hairstyle, it looks like a lion head. His beard is also very long and he looks very mighty and fierce. Big lion head, you guys, fused? Xiao Yuemei said in shock. Xiao Hua, Little Black Donkey, and the others are also very shocked that the 9 heavenly lions can actually fuse into one. We were originally one. Heavenly Lion King sat on the ground, looked around and sighed. We were sealed for so many years, I didn't expect that after we broke the seal, 9 Sun royal race would be exterminated. Big Lion, why did you follow Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon? Long Yuqing asked doubtfully. We were targeted and obtained the power of the Divine Universe Amethyst. Originally, we wanted to help 9 Sun royal race slay the dragon. But suddenly the Divine Universe Amethyst appeared and confused our minds. We muddle-headedly joined Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon's camp. Heavenly Lion King said while smashing the grass in anger. A large crater was smashed open on the ground. Qin Yun really wanted to ask Princess and Yi if 9 Sun royal race had just fought with Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon before they were exterminated. He always felt that there was a mysterious power that caused 9 Sun royal race to collapse. What about now? You won't be hanging out with Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon again, right? Little Black Donkey said. What's the benefit of hanging out with that guy? If you hang out with our boss, you will definitely have a good life. After we entered the Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron, the energy that confused our souls disappeared. It's really strange. Heavenly Lion King said, Don't worry, we are now in the same camp. Qin Yun said with a smile, Since that's the case, let's eat to our heart's content first. He took out the corpse of a divine dragon. Seeing this divine dragon's body, the eyes of all the foodies present immediately lit up. Especially the little black donkey and Xiao Yuemei, these foodies, they started laughing mischievously. Even Long Yuqing and this heavenly dragon god also want to eat dragon meat. Heavenly Lion King can't help but laugh loudly. It can be seen that he is also very hungry. Heavenly Lion King can eat a lot. Luckily, Qin Yun captured many Darkness Royal Race dragons and let Heavenly Lion King finish them himself. That divine dragon really didn't have any bones left. Heavenly Lion King's teeth are very good, he can even eat bones. That was the divine dragon's bones, yet Heavenly Lion King could actually digest them. Of course, when Heavenly Lion King ate the bones, he also turned into a huge heavenly lion and swallowed them before slowly digesting them. I'll have a good sleep and recuperate. If I encounter Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon again, I'll definitely be able to stuff that bastard into the Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron. Heavenly Lion King said. Senior, you said that my grasp of the Heavenly Lion power isn't good enough. Please give me some pointers. Qin Yun asked. I can't give you pointers. You have to comprehend this yourself. If you have a good grasp of the Heavenly Lion power, you'll be able to use the Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron better. Heavenly Lion King waved his hand and said, I'm going to sleep. I won't wake up unless I encounter Divine Cosmos Evil Dragon. Heavenly Lion King found a big tree and jumped onto it. He sprawled on the huge tree branch and started to sleep. This big lion is from the era of the 9 Sons royal family. It's a very ancient guy. Little Black Donkey said, but it doesn't mean that he's invincible. When I grow to the peak, I'll be stronger than him. I'm after all the Black Tortoise Great God. Qin Yun said to Mountain God, Old Mountain, let's head to Heaven Creation City. Pippi Pig said, Black Rat Bai Zhe and the others have been gone for so long. Why haven't they returned yet? He was summoned by a guy. What the hell is he going to do? Black Rat Bai Zhe and Sanlong are all very strong inscription beasts. Back then, Little Black Donkey was also summoned, but it didn't go. As long as it's an inscription beast, they would be able to sense that kind of summoning. There's no problem with their soul-chasing talismans. Qin Yun looked at the soul-chasing talisman and said, We can only wait for them to return to find out what happened. The Divine Inscription Mountain is already moving towards Heaven Creation City. Qin Yun wants to make a trip to Heaven Creation City and chat with Princess Anya about some things. After that, he will go look for Siekiru. After everyone returned to Heaven Creation City, they spread the news of the battle. Very soon, the entire city knows the specific situation. They are all secretly amazed at how dreadful honest Qin is. Elder Situ and others who returned all know that Divine Inscription Palace's Great Elderly is looking for trouble with Qin Yun. In the end, they can only leave Heaven Creation City and go to Sacred Desolate. Heaven Creation City indeed won this battle, but they didn't manage to capture Divine Cosmos' evil dragon. This made those seniors who participated in the battle feel somewhat regretful. However, they also know that if not for Qin Yun's appearance, the ones who would have suffered a crushing defeat would have been them. It would have been impossible to repel Divine Cosmos' evil dragon. The evil forces led by Divine Cosmos' evil dragon have been completely destroyed. Although some of them escaped, they no longer dare to mix with Divine Cosmos' evil dragon. As long as they are not stupid, they can see that Divine Cosmos' evil dragon has completely lost his power. If they follow him again, they won't be able to run away in the next great battle. Furthermore, Divine Cosmos' evil dragon devoured the immortal desolate Great Emperor and now wants to devour the 9 Heaven Lion. Therefore, the people who follow Divine Cosmos' evil dragon don't dare to return. They are afraid that they will be eaten by Divine Cosmos' evil dragon. Heaven Creation Divine Palace. Qin Yun is inside a room filled with delicate fragrance. After Princess Anya came back, she took off her mask and black robe. She is wearing a snow-white long skirt. She is elegant and dignified. She is sitting on a chair in the room. Her innately arrogant and beautiful face is now looking very gentle. Her beautiful eyes are filled with gentle light as she looked at Qin Yun and said, "How is the 9 Heaven Lion?" Qin Yun informed Princess Anya about Heavenly Lion King's situation. "It seems like this guy hates Divine Cosmos' evil dragon to the core," Princess Anya said. "Princess, was the extermination of 9 Sun royal family related to Divine Cosmos' evil dragon?" Qin Yun asked. "There are many factors, this is only one of them." Princess Anya sipped her tea and said slowly, "In short, the extermination of 9 Sun royal family is heaven's will." Qin Yun sighed and said, "Could it be that it is truly impossible to exterminate Divine Cosmos' evil dragon? If he can't kill Divine Cosmos' evil dragon, he can't avenge his father." Chapter 1904. Why is the Immortal Graveyard called the Immortal Graveyard? This immortal graveyard has existed since the time of the 9 Yang royal family. Who was the one who built this place? Qin Yun is very curious about this. In the following epochs, there were people who came to the immortal graveyard to seal things. For example, the 9 Yang Divine Palace in the Heaven Creation City was once responsible for sealing things inside. The immortal graveyard was originally called the Heaven Burial Ground. The Dark Princess said, "It's also because most of the things sealed in this era came from the immortal desolate, that's why it's called that." Qin Yun said, "Alright, then do you know how to find that place?" "I don't know." The Dark Princess shook her head and sighed. "That place is hidden very well, it's hard to find. I'm just worried that the Divine Universe Evil Dragon will find that place." Qin Yun said with a frown, "It's impossible for him to find it, right? Even if he finds it, it'll be difficult to enter." The Dark Princess nodded. "I hope so." Qin Yun thought of Siekiru. He planned to find her next. Siekiru brought Xiao Yuelon and Qi Melian over. They have 3 immortal graveyard diagrams in their hands, which are the key to entering the immortal graveyard. As for the specifics, Qin Yun is not sure. He can only find them. "Princess, I'm going to find someone," Qin Yun said. "I have to leave for a period of time." The situation in the Cloud Dragon mountain range should be more stable. Even if the Divine Universe Evil Dragon comes to attack the Heaven Creation City, you should be able to block it, right? Who are you looking for? The Dark Princess asked. As long as I find her, I might be able to find the Immortal Graveyard, Qin Yun said. Siekiru knows about the Dark Princess and Qin Yun's past life. This is also one of the reasons why Qin Yun wants to find her. I'll go with you, the Dark Princess said. The Divine Inscription Mountain should be near the Heaven Creation City, right? And the Heavenly Lion King is in the Divine Inscription Mountain. If the Divine Universe Evil Dragon comes, the Heavenly Lion King will also fight. Qin Yun nodded. The Dark Princess sighed softly. Her beautiful and ice-cold face is filled with conflict. She said, "Forget it, I'm not going. Before I seal Shin Yu Xielong, my position as the Palace Master will not be passed on." Her mission was to protect Heaven Creation City, and now Shin Yu Xielong's whereabouts were uncertain. It was very likely that they would attack the city, so she needed to stay here to control the formation. After all, you are the Creator Heaven Palace Master. You have a great responsibility. Qin Yun smiled and said, "Don't worry, if I know where the Immortal Graveyard is, I will come and find you." "All right," the Dark Princess said, "only by entering the Immortal Graveyard and recovering my lost memories can I become the true Nine-Yang Divine Maiden." Before she regained her memories, she was still the Dark Princess of the Dark Royal family. Qin Yun also needed to retrieve his memories. They were memories that concerned his past lifetimes. He suspected that he didn't only have Nine-Yang Divine King and Floating Cloud Immortal King in his past lives. Perhaps he had more before this. After all, the Nine Suns Sky region had a very long history, and there were many epochs before it. He already had 3 lifetimes in this era. Qin Yun left the Heavenly God Palace and went to find his old friends like the Immortal Desolate Holy Master and the Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor. After chatting with them for a while, he left the Heaven Creation City and returned to the mysterious Divine Mountain. Originally, Qin Yun planned to bring Long Yuqing and Xiao Yueme with him. However, these 2 girls who like to go wild actually didn't plan to go with him. Instead, they wanted to stay at the mysterious Divine Mountain and help increase Titan's fighting strength. Xiao Yueme's small mirror has many martial spirit. She planned to use her small mirror to let Titan gain more power in battle. Long Yuqing is a heavenly dragon god, and she is also a very strong dragon. She felt that if she cooperated with Titan, she might be able to turn Titan into a great strength dragon god. At that time, his fighting strength would be even stronger. Shimen Dazhuang also had a very bad idea. He wanted Naughty Pig to cooperate with him. When Titan fought, he could fart to attack the enemy. The mountain god felt that he could give it a try because Naughty Pig's smelly fart is indeed very strong. It is a powerful move that can kill without spilling blood. The members of the mysterious Divine Inscription Gate suddenly had a strange idea and discussed how to make Titan stronger. Yi Shaosong felt that he should make a powerful weapon for Titan. He also planned to personally design the shape of the weapon and then refine it together with everyone. Because Qin Yun wanted to find Siekiru, he handed over this matter to them. The level of the mysterious Divine Inscription Gate's inscription masters is pretty good. Moreover, they have enough materials, large amount of holy oil and sacred flame great formation. It is enough for them to refine huge and powerful weapons. Now the mysterious Divine Inscription Mountain can take charge of an area alone. Therefore, Qin Yun is very relieved to leave and peacefully become a sect master. Ling Yuner said with smile, "Xiao Yun, when you return, maybe the mysterious Divine Inscription Mountain will become even stronger." Qin Yun is inside the sky leaping shuttle, looking at the soul-chasing talisman in his hand. Aunt Xiao is also here. Qin Yun put some soul-chasing talismans together. Xiao Xianqin, Xiao Yuelan, Qi Meilian, Xie Qiru and Yang Shiyue have all experienced reincarnation. Moreover, they were all born next to the Cloud Dragon mountain range. Sister Kiru brought them here. Could it be that she has some other purpose? Qin Yun said with frown. We will know when we find them. Ling Yuner said. The sky-leaping shuttle flew for more than half a day. When night arrived, Qin Yun saw that the soul-chasing talisman on the table reacted. Yang Shuriyue and Xian Rujing's soul-chasing talisman suddenly became brighter. Moreover, they are in another direction. What's going on? They are suddenly very close to me. Are they not with Sister Kiru? Qin Yun said in shock. They must have been teleported away. Ling Yuner said, This happened suddenly. Could it be that they stepped on some mechanism and were teleported away? I will quickly go and ask them. Qin Yun controlled the sky-leaping shuttle and flew towards Yang Shuriyue and Xian Rujing. At the same time, he paid attention to the movement of Xie Qiru and Xian Rujing's soul-chasing talismans. On Xie Qiru's side, Lu Yu and Shu Yan, this killing god, are following her, so Qin Yun is not very worried. Yang Shuriyue is also a very powerful immortal emperor. Moreover, she has the ice snow goddess Xian Rujing by her side. Even if she is in danger, she can still resist and escape. After Qin Yun and Xian Rujing arrived, the space around the Cloud Dragon mountain range suddenly strengthened, making it impossible to use space transmission. Back in Creation Heaven City, Qin Yun asked Zhang Xingxian about it. Since Creation Heaven Mansion can use space transmission, he only knew that there is a special space barrier in Creation Heaven Mansion. Because time was too tight, he did not ask to check the barrier. Big Sister Yang and Ice Snow Goddess suddenly teleported away. Were they teleported away by teleportation formation or by some kind of power? Qin Yun is somewhat worried in his heart. Cloud Dragon mountain range is very large. Qin Yun flew for more than half a day, but he is still very far away from Yang Shuriyue and Xian Rujing. Ling Yuner said, Why did Sister Kiru and Xian Rujing run so far away? What are they doing? They don't have the complete immortal graveyard diagram. They should not be looking for the immortal graveyard land. Could it be that they are looking for something else? Qin Yun said, Sister Kiru knows about the Dark Princess past life. She must know a lot of things. Sister Kiru is too much after seeing her. You must ruthlessly rub her cheeks. Ling Yuner said with charming groan. If you don't rub her cheeks, she will turn back into an adult. Even if she turns back into an adult, I will still rub her cheeks. Qin Yun said with smile. Early morning, 3 suns slowly rose up in the sky. The 3 suns still look very exuberant, they don't look like they are about to fall down. However, sooner or later they will fall down and undergo nirvana rebirth. Sky soaring shuttle is flying in the sky, bathed in the early morning sunlight. Qin Yun is sitting in the main control room of Sky Soaring Shuttle, looking at the beautiful morning glow on the horizon. After flying for a whole night, Qin Yun still has not seen Yang Shuriyue and Xian Rujing, but he is very close. Qin Yun has been looking ahead. Suddenly, a sparkling and translucent huge mountain appeared in the distance ahead. It is flashing with sparkling and translucent light, reflecting the early morning glow. That mountain looks like it is lingering with gentle light golden light. There is also a burst of beautiful golden mist revolving around it. It is very beautiful. It suddenly appeared. It looks very beautiful, but it is also very unusual. That is an ice mountain, Qin Yun said with frown. Ice Snow Goddess must have released a crystal ice mountain while fighting. Qin Yun heard from Xiao Yuelan that Xian Rujing's crystal ice mountain is very strong. It can absorb sunlight and condense it into very strong power. He immediately increased the speed of Sky Soaring Shuttle and flew forward. He also tightly grasped the floating cloud rod in his hand. While Sky Soaring Shuttle is flying over, he suddenly saw a huge purple-red moon floating in the sky, then ferociously smashed down on the ground. Sister Yang's moon. How did her moon become purple-red? Qin Yun immediately felt fear and trepidation because that purple-red light is similar to divine universe purple cloud. Yang Shuriyue is also participating in the battle. After Sky Soaring shuttle approached the battlefield, it entered a burst of frantic energy wave. Even though it is flying in the sky, Sky Soaring shuttle is unceasingly attacked by those energy waves. It is like a small boat entering a sea filled with gale and waves. It is very difficult to move forward. What is going on? Qin Yun is endlessly apprehensive. Yang Shuriyue and Xian Rujing's power is actually so formidable. He doesn't know who they are fighting. Qin Yun had no choice but to leave Sky Soaring shuttle. He stored it away and used sacred light transforming pupil to fly over. Formidable moon power and ice power erupted at the center of the battlefield. These two powers are fiercely colliding. After approaching the battlefield, Qin Yun is very suspicious in his heart because only Yang Shuriyue and Xian Rujing's power aura can be felt here. Very soon, Qin Yun approached the battlefield and immediately became stunned. It was a battle between two peerless beauties in white dresses. Unexpectedly, Xian Rujing and Yang Shuriyue are fighting. Their cold and elegant face is very solemn. Apparently they are seriously fighting. Chapter 1905. Qin Yun is burning with impatience because Xian Rujing and Yang Shuriyue are fighting very seriously. It doesn't look like they are training, it looks like they want to defeat each other. Xiao Yun, even though they are fighting, I can't sense any hatred between them. This is very strange. Ling Yuner said. Indeed. Why are they fighting? Qin Yun can also see that although Xian Rujing and Yang Shuriyue's expression are ice-cold, their eyes are very calm. The power they burst out with is very strong. It looks like they want to exterminate each other, but their mood does not contain any malice. Don't fight, what exactly is happening? Qin Yun anxiously yelled. He is also considering whether or not to go over. Yang Shuriyue and Xian Rujing are still fighting very fiercely. They are exchanging all kind of big moves. Qin Yun feels that if Xian Rujing and Yang Shuriyue join in the fight against Divine Universe Evil Dragon, they might be able to capture it. Qin Yun doesn't know how to get involved in the fight against these two women. He doesn't want to see Xian Rujing and Yang Shuriyue kill each other. He anxiously rushed over. Xiao Yun, don't come over. Yang Shuriyue suddenly sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. We are fine. You watch from the side, be vigilant, don't get sneak attacked. Xian Rujing also sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. Qin Yun is dumbfounded. He really can't understand what these two women are doing. They are fighting to the death, yet they say they are fine. Then what exactly are you two doing? Qin Yun did not continue to go over. He just watched from the side and raised his vigilance. We are baiting the enemy. Hide yourself, don't get involved by any means. Even if both of us are seriously injured, you must remain calm, otherwise everything will be for naught. Yang Shuriyue sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. Qin Yun is baffled. He can only hide himself and watch from the side. Qin Yun is very familiar with the battle skills Yang Shuriyue is using. Heaven Extermination 9 Style, Heaven Extermination 9 Fingers, they are all related to 9 Extinction Heart Sutra, as well as Heavenly Might Dao Technique. Xian Rujing also obtained Heavenly Might Dao Technique in the past. When she fought against Yang Shuriyue, she also used it. This is the first time Qin Yun saw these two women fight so fiercely. Normally they are both delicate beauties. Especially the ice goddess Xian Rujing. In order to obtain the sun-suppressing divine arrow, she was extremely charming in front of Qin Yun. Xiao Yun, there might be something hidden in the vicinity. Ling Yun said. Xiao Yun, there must be something hidden in the vicinity. Qin Yun hid in the distance. He was secretly worried as he watched the shocking battle in front of him. These two peerlessly beautiful women were so powerful. Normally, if one saw them, one would definitely not be able to tell that they had such great power. Yun. Xian Rujing suddenly summoned two snow woman immortals with head full of white hair and wearing snow-white beautiful long skirt. Snow woman immortal looks exactly the same as Xian Rujing. Her long legs are faintly discernible under her long muslin skirt. Her pair of dainty and beautiful jade feet are floating in the air. Her arms are lightly dancing and releasing a burst of hailstorm and snow. Suddenly Qin and Yu Xiao and suddenly appeared, and suddenly, He Yun. Tian ice, and suddenly, the ice and shied Yang. Yang sure Yu was not to be outdone. Suddenly, two balls of light appeared behind her. As the two balls of light flickered, they emitted a melodious singing sound. Hearing this, Qin Yun's vision suddenly turned blurry. He almost fainted. This is actually a kind of mental attack. Two beautiful women wearing noble purple skirts suddenly flew out from the two light balls behind Yang Shiyue. They have a pair of wings and pointed ears. They are actually two fairies. Two beautiful women wearing noble purple dresses suddenly flew out from the two balls of light behind Yang Shiyue. They both had a pair of wings and pointed ears. They were actually two elves. What surprised Qin Yun was that these two beautiful elves with voluptuous figures looked exactly the same as Yang Shiyue. Moon fairies! Ling Yun'er delicately yelled. Big sister Yang can actually summon two moon fairies, so beautiful. They are moon elves. Ling Yun'er shouted. Big sister Yang can actually summon two moon elves, so beautiful. After the moon fairies appeared, they immediately joined the battle and released formidable mental power attack. After they released formidable mental power attack, they directly controlled the two snow woman immortals. After they released their powerful minds, they were able to control the two huge ice and snow tornadoes from a distance. Xian Rujing gritted her teeth and lightly shouted. Ice-cold energy violently rushed out from her body. Sparkling and translucent flashes suddenly appeared in the sky. Qin Yun looked at the sky and saw a large amount of crystal-cold ice condensed into arrows and suddenly enveloped them. Yang Shiyue and the two moon fairies concentrated their mental power together and controlled the crystal-cold ice to attack Xian Rujing. Tricked! Xian Rujing sneered, and the crystal-cold ice suddenly exploded. The exploded crystal-cold ice contained mental power attack. Yang Shiyue and the two moon fairies immediately frowned. It is clear that their mental power is being attacked. Moon sea capturing heaven. Several hundred purple-red moons suddenly appeared in the sky above Yang Shiyue. Although they are not big, they are very scary. Qin Yun repeatedly exclaimed in admiration seeing this scene. This is the first time he saw Yang Shiyue fight with all her strength. Several hundred purple-red moons are attacking in the sky like waves, constantly changing position and enveloping Xian Rujing. Xian Rujing can only release a crystal ice mountain to cover herself. Boom boom boom! Large amount of purple-red moons kept smashing on the crystal ice mountain, exploding and releasing waves of ice crystals. Under Xian Rujing's control, those ice crystal fragments suddenly transformed into a huge ice sword and pierced towards Yang Shiyue. Several hundred moons suddenly fused together and transformed into a huge purple-red moon. Then it ferociously dropped towards Xian Rujing's crystal ice mountain. Boom! Boom! Xian Rujing's crystal ice mountain was smashed into pieces by the huge moon. And the huge moon blocking in front of Yang Shiyue was also pierced by the ice sword. The snow woman immortal and moon fairies they summoned suddenly disappeared. These two city-destroying beauties have been injured by that formidable attack. Blood is flowing out of the corner of their mouth. They are floating in the sky. Two pairs of ice-cold beautiful eyes are looking at each other. Just their cold gazes alone seem to be able to create an iceberg. Although Qin Yun is earnestly watching the battle, he is still very vigilant. Suddenly, he sensed something. A burst of weak spatial fluctuation appeared. This spatial fluctuation is very weak. If Qin Yun was not sensitive to spatial power, he would not have sensed it. Two light beams came out of nowhere and shot towards Yang Shiyue and Xian Rujing. In a split second, Yang Shuriwei and Xian Rujing threw a talisman at the same time and very accurately hit the white light beams. The two talismans in their hands are very dreadful. After they were thrown, the runes inside the talismans turned into chains, flickering with thunder and lightning and wrapped around the two white light beams. The two white light beams are very big. After being wrapped around, they began to frantically struggle. Are they using talisman tools? Qin Yun is extremely apprehensive looking at this scene. Xian Rujing and Yang Shuriwei are indeed luring something while fighting. Xian Rujing and Yang Shuriwei fought so fiercely just now, their consumption is also very serious. They still have to keep releasing energy to strengthen the talisman tools. The things tied up by the talisman tools are two huge balls of white light. It is unknown what is inside. Gotcha! Xian Rujing's talisman tools can no longer hold on, they are already showing signs of breaking. Yang Shuriwei's side is also the same, the thing they want to tie up is very strong. Qin Yun immediately rushed over and threw out two golden bright and dazzling rope. These are dragon tendons taken from divine dragon corpses, they are very tough and durable. Qin Yun's action is very timely. The dragon tendons just wrapped around the two huge balls of white light and the talisman tools on the talisman tools were jolted and snapped. Xian Rujing and Yang Shuriwei's expression became grave. They urged their mental power with all their might and controlled the dragon tendons to contract. What are those things? Qin Yun hastily asked. He only knows that those two things suddenly broke through the space and came out. It is not easy to break through space inside the Cloud Dragon mountain range. Let's talk about it later, Xian Rujing said anxiously. Xiao Yun, quickly think of a way to trap those two things, otherwise they will run away again. Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron? Qin Yun took out the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron and Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. It won't do, these two things have very strong space-piercing power, they can run away. Xian Rujing said again. Qin Yun yelled, bring them together, I will release a great formation. Yang Shuriwei and Xian Rujing immediately followed, and controlled the two wriggling white light balls to collide together. 9 dragon rune heavenly sabers suddenly appeared and formed a 9-dragon heavenly origin formation. 9-dragon heavenly origin formation also has very strong space sealing power. Inside the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation, the two white light balls crazily collided. They want to break through the sealing barrier but they did not succeed. Qin Yun still can't see what they are. He used Extinction Spirit Eye and can only see two huge water droplet-like objects fluctuating. Finally trapped, Yang Shuriwei let out a long sigh, then gently smiled at Qin Yun. Xiao Yun, if it were not for you, we would have failed again. Little brother Xiao Yun is very awesome, Xian Rujing said with charming smile. Qin Yun shook his head and smiled. These two beautiful women, just a moment ago they were fighting to the death with ice-cold expression, now they are actually as gentle as water, chatting and laughing. Qin Yun took out the heaven-leaping shuttle and transferred the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation to the warehouse inside the shuttle. Then he brought Yang Shuriwei and Xian Rujing inside. Are you all right? Qin Yun asked. We are fine, Yang Shuriwei replied in soft voice, then smiled at Qin Yun and tied up her messy hair into a ponytail. Xian Rujing tied up her jet-black long hair in front of her chest. Both of them were fighting until their hair danced chaotically. Now they are looking at the two white light balls. Among the 9-dragon rune heavenly sabers, the two white light balls are more than 10 meters tall and are constantly colliding. Xiao Yun, is your barrier reliable? Xian Rujing somewhat anxiously asked. Of course it is reliable. This is the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation. Moreover, it is powered by divine universe golden stone. Qin Yun laughed. Chapter 1906. Yang Shuriwei said, we are also not too clear. In short, Sister Kiru sent us to catch these things. We only know that these two things have been monitoring us. Xian Rujing lightly groaned and said, "There are many of these things inside the Cloud Dragon mountain range." Many of these things? These things can travel through space. Qin Yun suddenly recalled something and asked, "Oh, that's right. What's going on? You've suddenly traversed through a very long space. It is very difficult to travel through space inside the Cloud Dragon mountain range." Yang Shiyu pointed at the two white lights in the Nine Dragons' heavenly origin formation and said, "At that time, Rujing and I were sucked into one of them. After we attacked inside for a while, we were taken out and then teleported a long distance." "You pretended to fight. How did you manage to lure out these two things?" Qin Yun asked again. "These two things always wanted to devour us. They wanted to use our bodies to take human form, but they never succeeded. Our strength is too strong. If we become weak, they will succeed. So we started fighting very fiercely, releasing the energy inside our bodies. We released the energy inside our bodies to lure out these two things." Qin Yun looked at the two white lights and said, "Are these two spirit bodies? Can we communicate with them?" Sister Kiru said that this might be related to space heavenly rune. Cloud Dragon mountain range has evolved into a very strange space. The entire space has spirituality. She wanted us to capture these things because she wants to communicate with the Cloud Dragon mountain range. Yang Shiyu said. Qin Yun recalled Princess Anya's words. She said that the Cloud Dragon mountain range might be inside a huge living being. Siekiru and Princess Anya's words are more or less the same. "Oh, that's right. Where did you go? A heaven creation city appeared. Do you know about it?" Qin Yun asked. "We know. Kira has an important matter to do, so she took us to a very far place." Xian Rujing said. "What important matter?" Qin Yun very much wants to know what Siekiru is doing. Two things. The first thing is to seal a bead. She said it is some divine universe evil dragon's dragon pearl. Second, she is looking for some 9 desolate divine sabers, saber spirit. Xian Rujing said. Qin Yun is extremely shocked in his heart. What Siekiru is doing is really not simple. He only knew that the divine cosmic evil dragon had a heart, but he didn't know that it had a dragon pearl. Powerful dragons would indeed have dragon balls in their bodies, but they were usually together with their hearts. In other words, the divine universe evil dragon's heart, body, and dragon bead were all sealed separately. This matter, even the heaven-creating palace master does not know, but Siekiru knows. Furthermore, the saber soul of the divine saber of Zhihuang was closely related to the divine saber of Zhihuang that he had just obtained. Xiao Yun, we knew you could break the seal on the heavenly altar. Yang Shiyu said, we've finally returned to the Cloud Dragon mountain range. Back then, I was also very curious about this place. I didn't expect it to hide so many secrets. Qin Yun said, did Sister Kiru bring you to seal the dragon pearl? Have you found the 9 desolate divine sabers saber soul? The dragon ball is gone, so we have to go further to look for the sword soul. I did find the saber soul, but it was severely damaged. Yang Shiyu said. Later on we continued to track the dragon ball. It is very strange, Yuelon can actually sense the dragon ball. Qin Yun remembers that Xiao Yuelon had dragon martial spirit from the beginning. She also has a very special ability. She can very quickly copy other people's formidable ability. She is also a very heaven-defying existence. The dragon ball can run away? Qin Yun is somewhat worried. If the divine cosmic evil dragon can find the dragon ball, it will be a big problem. Indeed, moreover it can run very fast. This is what Yuelon said. Xian Rujing looked at the 2 light balls inside the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation and said, Sister Kiru said that if we can find these 2 things, we might be able to travel through space and catch the dragon ball even faster. Qin Yun understands Siekiru's intention. The two things sealed inside the nine-dragon heavenly origin formation are the key to breaking through the space restriction of the Cloud Dragon mountain range. Xiaoyun, how long have you been in the Cloud Dragon mountain range? What happened? I heard Sister Kiru say that a very intense battle broke out in the Cloud Dragon mountain range. Yang Shiryu said. We sensed it from very far away. Xian Rujing nodded and said, Did you participate in the battle? Qin Yun took out a few chairs, sat down and began talking about Heaven Creation City, Evil Dragon City, Divine Cosmic Evil Dragon. Yang Shiryu found out that Qin Yun's father died. She held his hand and comforted him. Don't be sad, your father will surely be reborn. Xian Rujing also held Qin Yun's other hand and said in soft voice, Xiao Yun, your father is Fire Dragon God. He has a God Position Totem. Through the God Position Totem, his soul cannot be destroyed and he can be reborn. Qin Yun nodded. He is also certain about this point. However, he doesn't know whether or not he can find Qin Long's true body in the immortal graveyard. Yang Shiryu said, Xiao Yun, if we want to find Sister Kiru, we will have to travel very far. Moreover, they are chasing after the Dragon Ball. The distance between us and them is getting bigger and bigger. It will be very difficult to catch up to them. I have an urgent matter to find her, Qin Yun said. Xian Rujing looked at the two light balls inside the nine-dragon heavenly origin formation and said, If we can use these two things to travel through space, we will be able to find Kiru very quickly. If we hurry to find Sister Kiru and the others, it might take a month. Yang Shiryu lightly sighed and said, Moreover, the road is very dangerous. It would be best to quickly research these two things and then find Sister Kiru and the others. Maybe it will be faster and safer. Qin Yun nodded and said, If we can master the technique of space travel, it will be very convenient for us to move around in the Cloud Dragon mountain range. Then let's begin. Xian Rujing said with smile. Xiao Yun, you are an inscription master, you will surely be able to handle it. Qin Yun looked at the two very large white light balls, shook his head and said, I might not be able to succeed. How about we return to Heaven Creation City first? I will find other inscription masters to research together. He wants to find Princess Anya to research together, because Princess Anya's identity as Heaven Creation Palace Master is a very ancient sacred inscription master. She has existed since the time of Nine Sun Royal Family. She must be very experienced and knowledgeable. Alright, we will go to Heaven Creation City, Yang Shiryu said. Qin Yun and the two women arrived at the main control room, then controlled the Heaven Leaping Shuttle and flew towards Heaven Creation City. Yang Shiryu and Xian Rujing are also lying down on the couch to rest. Big Sister Yang, has Sister Shuyan been with you all this time? Did she use Nine Sun World Extermination Scripture? Qin Yun asked. Yang Shiryu and Xian Rujing just realized that Qin Yun killed Devil Immortal Great Emperor. And Devil Immortal Great Emperor has mastered Nine Sun World Extermination Scripture. She did, she is very awesome. She was the one opening the way on the way, we didn't even take action. Yuelon always complained that Sister Shuyan is too awesome. She didn't even have the chance to take action. Yang Shiryu said with light smile. Xiao Yun, regarding Nine Sun World Extermination Scripture, Sister Shuyan and I have already discussed it. When the time comes, I will join hands with her and pass it to you. Xian Rujing said, Yuelon and Yu Shaoling, those two bad girls are not at my side, it is really peaceful. On the way, those two scoundrels are all over the place. They are even worse than Xiao Yun. Yang Shiryu giggled and said, Xiao Yun is also all over you? He is very honest in front of me. This guy's dragon claw is truly evil. Xian Rujing groaned at Qin Yun. Divine Desolate's most beautiful ice and snow goddess, you bit me first, so I used dragon claw on you. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, If you didn't bite me, I wouldn't have attacked you. In any case, you are evil, you are deliberately looking for an opportunity to take advantage of me. Xian Rujing lightly rebuked, then grinded her teeth at Qin Yun. It looks like she wants to bite him. Qin Yun shook his head and said with smile, "You might not believe it, but I have a very resounding nickname in Heaven Creation City. It is called Honest Qin. The eyes of the masses are as bright as snow. They recognize that I am very honest. That is why they gave me this nickname." This is indeed the case. When Qin Yun entered Heaven Creation Divine Palace, all the older generation respectfully called him Honest Qin. "Oh, that's right, Xiao Yun. What is going on with that Princess Anya? Sister Kiru said that she is a very outstanding woman. She wants us to communicate with her more. We will have great harvest." Yang Shiryu suddenly said. Yuelon met her. We even got along with her for a period of time. Qin Yun said with smile. "Didn't you ask Yuelon?" "Of course we asked, but do you know what kind of understanding that unscrupulous wild girl Yuelon has towards Princess Anya?" Xian Rujing said. "What did Yuelon say?" Qin Yun is startled. He feels that Xiao Yuelon should understand Princess Anya very well because Xiao Yuelon has been flirting with Princess Anya for a very long time. Yuelon said that Princess Anya's body is very good. It feels very good to pat her butt. Xian Rujing rolled her eyes and said in a very speechless manner. Moreover, she said that even though Princess Anya looks very cold and arrogant, she is extremely coquettish. Yang Shiryu, who is at the side, already burst into laughter and said, "Xiao Yun, your wife is truly wild." Qin Yun is speechless. He really did not expect that Xiao Yuelon would evaluate Princess Anya like this. He shook his head with smile and said, "I feel that it is necessary to tell Princess Anya about these things. Let her guard against Yuelon. There is also Yu Shaoling. These two wretched girls, on the road, they kept plotting how to kidnap Princess Anya. Too bad." Xian Rujing angrily cursed. "You and her are truly a perfect match." Qin Yun is speechless. He suddenly recalled Shiman Qinglian from Divine Inscription Mountain. She is also a wild girl. Xiao Yuemei also promised to bring her to Guang Han Palace. 2 days passed by. Qin Yun returned to Heaven Creation City. He brought along Xian Rujing and Yang Shiryu and waited in the main hall of Princess Anya's palace. Chapter 1907. Do we know each other? Yang Shiryu looked at the masked Princess Anya and asked doubtfully. Then she glanced at Qin Yun. Xian Rujing actually saw Princess Anya before. She stayed in Emperor Race Divine Palace for a period of time, but she never saw her true appearance. Dark Princess Anya must have seen Yang Shiryue's true appearance. That's why she reacted like this. This caused Qin Yun to be very bewildered. Also that means Princess Anya, or Heaven Creation Palace Master, has seen Yang Shiryue's true appearance before. "I just feel that you look very familiar. Since you don't know me, forget it," Princess Anya said. She did not take off her mask. She looked at Xian Rujing and said, "I am Princess Anya, also Heaven Creation Palace Master. Don't go around talking about this matter. Your voice has changed a lot." Xian Rujing sensed Princess Anya's aura just now. She did not expect her to become so strong. Moreover, she is Heaven Creation Palace Master. This Qin Yun introduced Yang Shiryu and Xian Rujing to Princess Anya so that they can understand each other. Yang Shiryu said, "Are you the sacred inscription master Xiao Yun is looking for? Then let's quickly begin. Time is pressing." "Begin what?" Princess Anya asked. Qin Yun took out the heaven-leaping shuttle and entered the large warehouse. Large, there are 2 white light balls sealed inside the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation. Before, the 2 white light balls kept colliding with the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation, but now they have calmed down a lot and are only revolving. Princess Anya saw the 2 white light balls and said in amazement, "These are space Xian ants. Princess, do you know these things? Can we use these things to travel through space?" Qin Yun hastily asked. Princess Anya looked at the 2 white light balls, shook her head and said, "I am not sure. Many years ago, these things appeared but then disappeared. Xian Rujing asked, "What are space Xian ants? Are they like ants?" Princess Anya approached the nine-dragon heavenly origin formation and looked at the two light balls at close range. She slowly said, "Their habits are similar to ants. In short, they are born from ant queens. These spatial Xian ants appeared in the Cloud Dragon mountain range. They might have snuck out." "Queen ant?" Qin Yun looked around and said in surprise, "Where is the spatial queen ant?" "The spatial Xian ant is a very peculiar creature. It doesn't have flesh and blood, and is formed from a mass of energy. Generally speaking, the space Xian ants are everywhere, but most of them are not exposed in the bright space. They are usually in the dark space," Princess Anyi said. "Bright space? Dark space?" Yang Shiyu asked, "What is this?" Bright space is a variety of connected spaces, such as the immortal desolate, sacred desolate, divine desolate, including the Cloud Dragon mountain range, as well as various desolate domains and so on. These spaces are all connected, and generally speaking, they can be regarded as a whole, Princess Anyi said. "It's a space that we can go to, right?" asked Qin Yun. "More or less. As for the dark space, it's something we can't go to. Only these space Xian ants can go there, because the dark space is full of energy. Flesh and blood that go to the dark space will turn into energy." Princess Anyi nodded. "Space Xian ants don't have flesh and blood body, their body is formed from energy, so they can hide in the dark space." "Princess, can we use the space Xian ants to break the solid space?" Qin Yun asked. This is also something they are very concerned about. "I don't know, but we can try." Princess Anyi is also very interested, she somewhat excitedly said. "Space Xian ants can weaken the space wall, they can freely travel between the bright space and dark space. If we can control the space Xian ants and weaken the space of the Cloud Dragon mountain range, we can travel through space." Xian Rujing looked at the two balls of white light and said, "Why do these space Xian ants want to devour us?" "Devour you?" Princess Anyi is somewhat astonished, she looked at Qin Yun and others. Yang Shiyu then informed Princess Anyi about the space Xian ant. Dark after Princess Anyi heard this, she is also very amazed. If this is really the case, then it means that these two space Xian ants have evolved to a certain level, moreover they yearn for the life of the bright space. Princess Anyi said, "How about we help them evolve into humans and then communicate further?" Yang Shiyu suddenly had a whim, she said with smile. "If these two space Xian ants are easy to communicate with, then we can make them cooperate. We can give it a try." Princess Anyi nodded her head and said, "The problem is, how can we help them evolve into humans? Where can we find two suitable people?" Qin Yun asked. Yang Shiyu lightly laughed and said, "This is easy. Leave it to me." Then suddenly two moons appeared behind her. They are not very big. Then the two moons turned into light balls and then transformed into two spirits that look exactly like Yang Shiyu. The spirits are wearing white muslin long skirt, have a pair of spirit wings and pointed ears. Although they look exactly like Yang Shiyu, their temperament is completely different. This kind of tender and charming charm is something that Yang Shiyu does not have. These are the two moon spirits summoned by Yang Shiyu. Qin Yun feels that the charm of these two moon spirits is the same as Sun Fairy Yu Shaoling, maybe even more enchanting than her. Princess Anyi is somewhat astonished. These moon spirits have flesh and blood body, but they have not cultivated their own soul. Yang Shiyu said with smile, "I used a secret method to cultivate them, they can become my avatar in the future. If they fuse with Xian ants, I will have two space spirits." "If I had known earlier, I would have let my Snow Woman Immortal come out," Xian Rujing said. "Your Snow Woman Immortal is not as awesome as my moon spirits," Yang Shiyu said with charming smile. "Alright, you are awesome," Xian Rujing also admitted. Princess Anyi looked at Qin Yun and said, Later we will join hands and try our best to fuse moon spirits and Xian ants. Do you need my help? Yang Shiryu asked. Qin Yun and I will first let the moon fairy and the space Xian ant enter the fusion stage. Later, you will need to release enough soul power to ensure that after the fusion, you and the moon fairy's soul will occupy the dominant position and devour space Xian Yi's soul. My soul is very strong, I will definitely succeed. Yang Shiryu cultivates moon power, her soul mental power is indeed very strong. Moreover, she also has a nether moon. Alright, let's begin. Princess and Yi nodded at Qin Yun. Qin Yun controlled the nine-dragon heavenly origin formation to create an entrance and then entered with Princess and Yi. Qin Yun after they entered, the two white light balls became very violent, they wanted to collide with them but were suppressed by the nine-dragon heavenly origin formation's power. Follow then two beautiful and charming moon spirits entered the nine-dragon heavenly origin formation. We will draw runes, it would be best to draw runes that can suppress space power. Princess and Yi said to Qin Yun. Qin Yun and Princess and Yi each dealt with a Xian ant, released formidable blood spirit power and carved runes on the white light balls. The two white balls of light also suddenly quietened down, and the spatial energy was no longer as berserk. Shiryu, it's your turn. Control the moon spirits and enter the light balls. Princess and Yi said. Yang Shiryu can control the moon spirits from outside the nine-dragon heavenly origin formation. Moon spirits are cultivated by her, they have flesh and blood body, they are very special existences. This actually it is also a kind of avatar, some people refine puppets as avatars, some people cultivate a body that is exactly the same as themselves. Yang because Shiryu has a special secret technique, she can cultivate moon spirits. Two moon spirits very easily entered the two white light balls. They have entered the fusion state. Let's go out, this process will take some time. Princess and Yi said. After Qin Yun and Princess and Yi left, Yang Shiryu very earnestly sensed the situation of the two moon spirits. Shiryu, how do you feel now? Xian Rujing asked. Moon spirits seem to be dormant, they have entered a very natural fusion state. Yang Shiryu said. The fusion process is much smoother than I imagined. If it goes smoothly, Shiryu, you will be able to understand more about Xian ants through the memories of these two Xian ants. Princess and Yi said. Dark space will surely be very interesting. Yang Shiryu nodded with smile. She is a person with a strong thirst for knowledge, therefore she has a very deep understanding of many cultivation techniques. Qin Yun, do you want to see the nine-dragon heavenly origin formation of Heaven Creation Divine Palace? I will take you to see it. Princess and Yi said. Qin Yun looked at Xian Rujing and said with smile, Sister Rujing, you stay here and accompany Sister Yang. There won't be any problem, right? Xian Rujing is somewhat worried. There won't be any problem, the nine-dragon heavenly origin formation is here. Princess and Yi said. Don't worry, I can handle it. Yang Shiryu nodded at Qin Yun. Soon after Qin Yun and Princess and Yi left the Heaven Leaping Shuttle and arrived at Heaven Creation Divine Palace's main hall. Dark Princess and Yi brought Qin Yun and quickly entered a secret room. From the secret room, they entered an underground passage and walked up a staircase. Princess, have you seen Sister Yang before? Qin Yun asked. I said before that there are 9 Sun Divine Maidens, she is one of them, strangely, she doesn't seem to have any memory about this. Princess and Yi said. Sister Yang is one of the 9 Sun Divine Maidens? Qin Yun said in amazement. I don't know much about the 9 Sun Divine Maidens. Although I am now a fusion of 2 9 Sun Divine Maidens, I don't know anything about the whereabouts of the other 9 Sun Divine Maidens or their mission. Princess and Yi shook her head and said. Qin Yun suddenly felt that Xieqiru might also be one of the 9 Sun Divine Maidens. He can only find out after seeing her. Princess and Yi brought Qin Yun to a huge underground secret room. There are 9 more than 10-meter wide light balls floating in the air. The 9 light balls are constantly changing color. Every time they change color, the shadow of a dragon appears on the surface of the light balls. This is Heaven Creation Divine Palace's 9-dragon heavenly origin formation? This is my first time seeing a genuine 9-dragon heavenly origin formation, Qin Yun said with sigh. You're tuning in to the Phoenix Nights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.